Hello all and welcome back to Ashes Without Number after the end. This is session 13. I'm RxOliver. I am here tonight with Dave, Max and our wonderful games master Brian. So without any further ado, let's get stuck into it. Session 13, what have you got for us, Brian?
Okay, well, let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. In the corner, the lee of a bit of ruined building, the five of you, including Fallout, the dog, have made a small encampment to weather the night after particularly poor survival rolls, unable to find significant shelter. You were able to set up a camp that's maybe not comfortable, but you'll at least be able to stay warm. You set up a fire, which is probably about here, and you've all just been kind of huddling for warmth as the snow continues to fall. In the middle of the night, while Tim was on watch, I believe with Jacob, if I remember correctly, Tim and Jacob were both going to be up during this particular bit. Tim heard something, and so he crept towards the corner of the camp here to take a look at what he could see. And as he glanced into the darkness, kind of off to the northeast here in this area, he saw several forms moving around in the darkness. And when one of them noticed him, it charged. And we will show everybody what that looks like again. Just kind of a general picture. They don't all necessarily look identical, but there you go. Tim sees that as its hood kind of gets swept back off of its head as it charges towards him in the darkness.
That's a chud.
It's a handsome fella, eh?
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen the movie That's a Chud?
So we should probably get some combat music going on here.
Oh, do we have to? I was thinking we're going to run away. Let's get some runaway music on.
Well, I mean, we could have you run and do a chase, but I don't know how easily you'll be able to run in the darkness.
Oh, I know.
And in the snow, but it's up to you what you want to do.
Charlemagne, he'd be ready to go, bang, but this is Craig. He's not so proficient.
Well, he's got to learn some skills.
He's got to learn somehow.
All right,
yeah.
so we're going to add everybody to the encounter chart. And you don't quite know how many are back there in the darkness, because Tim himself is not currently holding a light, so all you have is the light kind of filtering around the corner of the ruin. But you do have a fire there, so you will all be able to pick up or grab like a burning brand for light if you choose to do so. Pardon me. So for initiative, I think I'll just go ahead and roll Abigail after I set up the initiative groups here.
This is an ugly boy, this thing, like...
Players. And... hostile NPCs. Excellent. And Abigail, I think, is your primary for initiative. I'm not going to treat her as an NPC. We'll just use her full character sheet. Not too good. However, I think she has...
Doesn't she have something to reroll initiative?
Alert. Cannot be surprised. Your vigilance allows them to roll twice and take the better number. So I'm going to reset the initiative and have her roll again. 5! Not much better, but better.
Oh, Abigail. Wake up, Abigail.
And then we'll roll. Ah, you guys still beat him out, though.
There we go. Oh, look, it is a chud.
I knew it. It's a chud. I knew it was a chud.
I don't know what movie that is, Max. It kind of rings a bell.
Oh my God,
but-
you need to see that. Yeah, you need to see that. That would give a good example of what these creatures are. These things are nasty.
What's the movie?
It's called Chud.
Is
It's
it
literally
called
what it's
Chud?
called.
Right, okay.
Uh,
Yeah,
it's-
I've not seen that.
It stands for Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dweller.
Yeah, I'm definitely not seen it. I'll need to check that out.
It's a good one. Watch the first one. Second one, no, so good.
Second one's not great, yeah.
Yeah.
The first one is actually one of the first horror movies I saw. I believe I was 5, and I was terrified
Yeah.
for a while. Anyway, so you see this thing rushing at you, Tim. It's still a bit of a distance off. You can make it out just well enough to where, without grabbing a light source, you're probably going to have a penalty to attack it at range. But again, you do see some other figures moving behind it. Unfortunately, they're kind of in the darkness, so it's hard to tell how many of them there might be. More than a few.
Right, so
So glad it was
at
10
the
more
present moment,
watch
it's
because we're
rushing
in
towards
safe
me
hands with Dave.
out of the dark. Do I have time to do a fighting withdrawal back round the corner into the light?
So a fighting withdrawal would just be if you were in melee combat with it. So you can just move back around into the light, absolutely, no problem.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to move back around into the light, toss my crossbow into a snowdrift so that it doesn't get damaged, and swap to the axe.
Okay.
That's
Ooh.
acceptable.
Oh, yes, then.
That
Yeah,
is.
you're gonna give us a yell? It's like, hey, this is coming.
and I am alerting the party
Thank you,
as I
thank
do.
you.
Incoming hostiles!
What?
Okay.
What do you mean fucking
Okay.
hostiles? What? I'm like, shit. I'd brown my trousers.
So I do believe at the end of last session you did alert everyone, so probably a second alert isn't a bad idea though, because Abigail and Craig are basically just waking up. So Craig, you
Yeah.
hear the alert again. Abigail does as well. Again, you guys can act in any order you want when it's your turn as a group. So Tim has already taken his action. Who wants to go next? Who wants to do something?
If guys wouldn't mind,
Go ahead. Go
what
ahead. I don't
I
know
want
what
to
I'm gonna
do where I'm at is that I have I have my bow hand. I'm gonna grab one of the decent logs here and basically just for my character toss it out in that direction, around here, so that has a fire. So if something comes through, we have a farther range of fire.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to let you do. I'll let you do it. I want you to make a
Okay.
luck save.
Okay, absolutely.
Lands in a puddle.
Well, I mean, you're throwing it
Yeah,
into the
that's
snow.
understandable.
Snow is
Snowdrift.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, fair point. There is going to be a lot of puddles.
Okay, so you managed to
Unfortunately-
throw this, and, either through skill or sheer luck, this burning brand tumbles through the air and lands. Why don't you... Hang on, I need to make a quick change.
I'll say right about here, right about there would be
Hang on a
good.
second, I'm not... 1 second, not looking at the map.
He throws it so expertly, it tosses, flips over
There?
end over end, and
Okay.
it goes and sticks it to the ground like a flag with the burning end out.
Let's
Yeah, so it gives at least yeah.
Bit of light around there.
Yeah, so give us the range of,
good-
around here.
Good thinking.
So give us something that way, because if it comes around here, we can see it because with the fire right there. But with that far out, if something comes around there, we have something that goes here, range. So and he has his arrow going phew.
Okay, so we've got a little fire right there, which will give you some light in that angle if you want to use, two-handed weapons and whatnot. Good deal. So that is your action. Do you want to move anywhere?
I'm gonna stay right here because I believe this is snowdrift. Or is
No,
this
that's-
just some
no,
kind of
that's
wreckage behind
like
us?
the corner of a building, a ruined building. So unless they are going to climb
Yeah.
over the top, which they could potentially, but
Yeah.
unless they do that, that's you can't see them. They currently can't see you.
Yeah, so he's gonna have his back against the wall with it like an arrow knocked and ready for anything coming.
Okay, sounds good. And now you'll have light there if anything does. Excellent. So, who's up next?
I'll go next, and seeing that genius thing that Jacob just did, I'm going to attempt to do the same thing somewhere over here.
Okay,
Is that right? Is that a luck save?
make a luck save. Yep.
Come on, you've inspired me,
luck save.
Jacob. That's a great idea. Come on, Oliver, let's go. Oh no.
Please
Yeah.
don't.
Okay,
Please
so-
don't throw it onto the crossbow.
Well, it wasn't a one.
Very similarly, you throw your burning brand through the air, tumbles end over end.
Rogue
Unfortunately, the lit end spikes into the snow, and it
Yeah.
goes out.
Fair. And then, besides that, I'm going to clutch my rifle and mutter under my breath, no, 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 not hostiles, not hostiles, no, no hostiles, no, no hostiles.
Where's the fire
Okay.
gone?
Yeah.
I put it back. I
changed the
just
colour.
changed
Yeah, I think
color.
it's just changing the color.
All right,
Yeah.
so
So how far out is a fire? Sorry,
Oh, for light, with this
Yeah, I'll just try to-
fire that you have, with this fire that you have down here, you can see a good deal, like to here, right?
Okay.
Anything back
Oh,
here
okay,
is
that's
still
more than
gonna be
enough.
shadowed. Yep. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
plenty.
Yeah, well, as long as we have enough that we can see where it's coming from the sides, I'm like,
Yeah.
I think we're good. Because if something comes around,
Yeah, I mean,
Abigail will probably
honestly,
jump
your
in.
fire
Like,
would have been enough for that if you stay on this side of the wall. But yeah.
I'll
But not a
stay
bad
on this
idea.
side of the wall.
Okay, so Abigail
Yeah, it's-
is. Let's see. Abigail has her shotgun. Not. Well, I mean, not a. I was gonna say not endless shells, but she has a decent amount of shells.
If anybody
So
was
yeah,
gonna,
she is going to.
if anybody was going to stick their head over the wall to try and take a shot, it would be Abigail.
Well, the wall on this side is
Oh,
too
she-
tall
Too high,
for
so
you
she can
guys.
do that, yeah.
Yeah, she'd have to climb the wall to get
Right.
up top.
But
Yeah.
if there was any one of us was going to
Exactly.
stick their head round
Oh.
the corner and
Also-
have a shot, it would be Abigail also.
Yeah, she's gonna move up here to the corner and peek around.
Yep,
She can kind of see one
that makes sense for her.
in some of the light. Well, no, probably two.
Oh no.
But the range is significant for a shotgun. I
Yeah.
think she will go ahead and try to take a shot at this one, though. Okay, so let's do her attack.
Look at that
Shotgun.
image again. What a belter he is. Oh, beautiful, handsome boy.
We're gonna at that range. We're gonna give her a -1.
Ooh, ooh,
17.
ooh.
what about the trauma?
Traumatic hit
Is it
on
trauma hit or
six.
no?
Nah, because she's rolled a 6 on the trauma
Yeah,
dice.
it does. So
Oh, does it?
I didn't know. I just
Sure.
said
yeah, most things have a trauma target of 6 unless they're armored
Oh.
or have some kind of focus.
Oh, she
So
has hit
yeah,
it.
you see Abigail step up around the corner. Tim can barely kind of see Abigail's ass hanging out as she leans around the corner, and you hear the shotgun go off,
Stop looking, you perv.
and you hear something just shriek in the darkness. I would say you hear a thud, but it falls into a snowbank, so you don't really hear anything. But she has just pasted
Yes,
one of these things.
yes, Abigail.
oh,
She's a badass, like. She's a badass.
That's glad we got her the
Okay.
shotgun.
She's got more, if I
So,
remember correctly, she's
it-
got more hit points than the rest of us put together.
Now she does, yeah. She's
Yeah.
ridiculous. 33
Yeah,
hit points.
She's the absolute tank.
Okay, so
She's Michonne.
it's there. Oh no, Fallout can go. I don't know. Is anybody gonna restrain him?
Tim, you're the animal man. Oh, that's Jacob that's standing back there with
I
him. Though.
can't
Jacob,
at the moment because
yeah,
I've
Jacob,
got my
are you?
attention to
If
I'm not going to stop the dog running out to attack them. Jacob, are you?
Well, it's that where he's at. He has his bow in his hand, so he's
he hasn't seen anything. So I think
Yeah,
he'll
so
probably just stick
and
by
he
you
probably
guys.
hasn't smelt anything either.
Right, so he's going to stick by you guys in the fire, I think, for now.
Okay.
So we will move to them. Why am I just pinging? There we go. So
That was
this
the one that
one
was
is
charging
going to
me.
rush forward. Yep. And comes around the corner and engages with you, but it had to basically do a double move to be able to do so.
Oh,
So
no, I
it's
don't
Yeah,
not
you
like
got
it.
action
Yeah.
help.
attack, it's just up in your face.
That's a bit close to us. I don't like that.
You got axe in hand, which is good.
This one
Given
does
that
the
I've
same
got my
thing with
axe ready,
Abigail.
can I hit it or not?
So no, because you've taken your action.
Yeah, you want an
If
action,
it were to move away from you, you could potentially get an opportunity attack. But yeah, you're just ready for it when it comes at you. Okay, so we're gonna have this one here.
I don't like these boys. These are some scary boys.
Okay,
Oh, dude, tons of fun.
that's it for them.
They're
So
messed up.
it is back to you guys.
I said probably Tim would go because that thing come at him, be like, whoa, shoo.
Well, Tim, if you're not going
Yeah,
first,
so now would
if Tim
be the-
doesn't go first, I'm going to step to there to try to not hit Tim, and I'm going to shoot. So, Tim, if you want to go first, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I will try and hit it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
First time I've swung this axe.
Good luck. Watch out behind you. Watch your backswing.
No modifiers, I presume?
No, you've got plenty of light. It's right on top of you. You're good to go.
I'm okay. 12,
Okay,
does that
so
do it?
a 12 is not going to do it. So as you swing at this thing, you feel it kind of shift to the side, and your axe kind of cuts through its rags, and it's really kind of wearing like a combination of like a patched together robe or cloak or something like that. It's all just made up of tons of different types of clothing. But yeah, it's kind of easy to miss in this kind of voluminous rag clothing that it has. So unfortunately, your axe doesn't strike flesh.
He still does the shot damage, doesn't he?
You do still do shock damage, which is 4 versus AC 15, which they are not beyond, so you are good there. So yeah, let me do some damage to this guy.
That's better than nothing to hit or hit.
Yeah.
It's still hit.
Hang on.
So that
There we
shock
go.
damage is a very interesting mechanic. It's fascinating. I like it.
Yeah,
Full-
it's nice
full
to
extra
not
level
just
set.
have total whiffs on melee. Yeah.
But even, yeah,
Okay.
you can picture it as like if somebody did swing a massive spiked baseball bat past your face in the mist, that is still going to like shake you. Do you know what I mean? Like trauma wise, even if they
And
miss.
given that hit points aren't necessarily actual wounds, but more like combat
trauma.
survival instinct. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, so and trauma. Yeah. So that's Tim. And yeah, I mean, you pretty much did almost half damage to that thing just with your shock damage. So, Craig, did you want to go next, or Jacob, or
Yeah.
what do you do?
I'm going to step out.
You guys hear Abigail
I'm
say,
a-
"There's 2 more coming at me."
I'm going to step to here.
Yeah,
I'm
so I would say if these two can handle it that way, I'm gonna go over there and help that way.
Okay, well, I'll go first, Max. I'm going to step to there to reduce my hit.
Go ahead.
My risk of hitting Tim, and I'm going to take a shot with a rifle at this fella that Tim's just swung at.
Okay.
So, weapons, where's that? That's on inventory, isn't it?
So, I would also
No, it's
say where
attacks.
you're standing. Oh no, never mind. Go ahead.
Let's go. Modifier, nope. There's no burst fire on this weapon, it's just that box is there. That looks like a nice roll.
No.
Ooh, that.
So that's a
a
definite
17.
hit. So yeah, you fire a round into this thing, and you hear it grunt as the bullet definitely hits it. And it kind of drops down to a knee, but it is not. It doesn't fall over.
Okay.
It very clearly is still alive.
Am I right in thinking that my bullets are automated on that gun
Okay.
and it'll have automatically taken one out? It will have, yeah. Okay.
It should have, yes.
Yeah. How many's in the rifle? Should it be 6? Because I've got 4. I should have 5.
The rifle can hold 6.
Yeah, it should say
No,
5.
you
there,
fired
it says
last
4.
time.
Did I have an?
No, you're on
I've not
4. You
reloaded.
haven't reloaded.
I've not reloaded. Oh, my bad.
Nope.
Okay, that's me.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, sorry, 2 seconds.
Actually, it'd be
Brian.
really funny if I hid the current ammo from you guys, because that way you wouldn't know unless you were like a skilled.
Click.
No, I'm out of ammo!
No.
Yeah, right.
Can I move, shoot, move? So could I step back to where I was? Or step back to there, behind Tim
Yes,
again?
you can, and yeah, you can, because you didn't move that far.
Okay,
Sure.
I want to stay close to the fire and behind Tim again. I'm going to do that. Ready with my rifle.
So, Jacob next? Or do we want Fallout to go? Or what do you want to do?
Well, I said I probably yell out, say follow, like, follow, and he basically, he runs.
Okay.
Like right about.
Well, you go first.
I say
then.
right about here.
Get that set.
Here or
Uh-huh.
here? Can I get to there? So I have at least a
you can
clear
get there.
shot to hit the. Okay, and he draws the bow and he's like, "Oh God, I hope this works," and he just takes a shot.
Come on, good luck, Max. You've got this.
Are you shooting?
I mean-
So, from where you're standing, you can now see.
Oh,
2 more. Are you
come
shooting at the one-
on.
Are you shooting at the one in combat with Abigail, or one of the ones past her?
Go for that one, Max.
I'm gonna shoot the one past there because if it's in combat, I think there's a
So you don't hit.
penalty, isn't there? Yeah.
No, there's not. That's only if you're in direct combat with someone and you try
Oh,
to shoot them.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this one because I know at least if Abigail could shoot this one with a shotgun, yeah, but I call over Fallout and point. It's like attack it as I shoot.
Okay. So, ping again which one you're shooting for me.
It's the top right one, like that one right
okay,
there.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Yep. Go ahead.
Yep. Gee.
Good luck.
Oh, he's shooting that.
Let's get him.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this.
You've got this. Yes. Go on, Max.
Okay. So, explain to me, because you got a traumatic hit. So, explain to me how you murder this thing.
Nice, Max.
Nice. Oh, my. So he's sitting there in his mind. He's like, well, you're like shock of horror for a second. But his face is like just sits out, and as he's been training with Tim a little bit, to help him with the bow. So he's probably spent some time with that one, and he just focuses his mind and just. It's like he's hunting an animal, and he slowly closes his eyes for a second and looks up again and breathes out slowly, releases the arrow. It flies past Abigail and the other creature as they're probably looking at each other, whizzes by that creature, shoots the other creature through the eye, out through the head, and goes and falls down.
Nice.
Well, it was running at Abigail. So, as your arrow just kind of pierces its eye and comes out the back of its head, it literally just kind of does a nosedive into the snow and slides, no longer moving.
It was running into it as well.
Okay.
Extra speed, extra force.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. And so, but you
does-
did
does-
call
does
out
it-
to Fallout. Go ahead.
Does it collide with the one that's attacking Abigail?
That'd
putting
be
it off,
nice.
he
That'd
says,
be nice.
hopefully?
Can we get a luck save for it? Fall tips that other one over.
Sure, make a luck save. Let's see.
Yes! Nice appeal, Dave. I like it.
What should I roll? Should I roll it since I killed
Yeah,
it?
you roll it.
Well, yes,
Roll a
you
luck
roll
save.
it.
Luck save. Let's
Okay,
go.
let me do it.
Good call, Dave.
Yeah, my luck says pretty decent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
A
hits.
critically critical hit.
It hits the
Beautiful.
ground and slides forward into the one that Abigail is facing, and is kind
Knocks
of
it
like
prone.
under its feet.
Knocks it prone.
Treacherous
Yeah,
ground.
okay, sure. It knocks it prone. Yep. Where's prone? I know there's a prone thing on here.
Yeah, Abigail
There it is.
goes and
Beautiful shot,
I
Jacob.
point
Okay.
out that one. I point out one Fallout.
Okay, so Fallout comes running around the corner. Fallout can move a lot faster than all of you.
Oh yeah.
And
Fallout.
does kind of like a parkour off the side of that rubble
Yes.
and runs over
For the elevated
and sees
attack.
it and attacks this one.
Superhero style. Let's go.
Yeah, because
Fallout.
boom, boom.
Jumps down from height. Rah. Ooh, that's not gonna do it.
Unfortunately, the thing grabs Fallout out of the air as it lunges at him, and just kind of turns and throws him to the ground. So Fallout does not do any damage. He's not grappled or anything. It's just like a deflection, like
Yeah.
preventing him from getting him. Okay, so
Nice.
that is all of you. Oh no, Abigail.
Abigail.
So Abigail now has this guy prone in front of her.
Yes.
Shotgun in hand.
Shotgun. Shotgun to the face, Abigail.
Yeah.
Let's go. Ba-boom.
Yeah.
That's to be a hell
Point blank prone. This must
of
be
a bonus. That's to be a
Like,
hell of a bonus hitting someone
And
prone
it's
like
level
that.
2, so I don't think...
It's prone, point blank range with a shotgun.
You can
That's got to have
use-
some kind of bonus on it.
You can use ranged weapons of any size in melee without penalty. She has Deadeye in rank 2, so yeah, she just aims a shotgun down.
The Abigail is
Oh,
an
the aim
absolute-
effect. She didn't move. She just aims it. Aims it. And
She's an
boom.
absolute killer, Abigail. Damage.
No
8.
traumatic
She's not
hit this
trauma.
time, but she
Yeah, she-
does. I should have given her a
Nice.
bonus for it being prone, but yeah, it's she does hit, and
Nice, Abigail.
you can see the body just kind of jerk. The dead body jerks, and the prone creature on top of it kind of jerks as it gets struck. It is still moving, though, so it is not yet dead.
That's us
Okay, that's all of you guys. So, this one is actually going to get up and start running away from Abigail.
now. Yeah.
Unfortunately, well, no. Unfortunately, you don't get to make opportunity attacks with ranged weapons.
Yeah.
I'm
Does Fallout
fairly
get
certain.
one? Is it close enough to
At
Fallout?
least that's what I'm going to rule right now. It's going to
can't butt
bypass
stroke
Fallout.
it?
It's not going to run
I-
close enough to him.
Given
Oh,
she's
you know-
point
I
don't know if they
blank,
have
you
a-
can stroke it.
Well, the butt of the blade, like
I
like
don't
a
have the
gun bash.
Stats
Oh,
for
gun bash,
that. I should add stats for that.
There's got to be a gun bash melee attack.
Probably a
I'll-
club.
I'll let
I mean,
her
they're
go
probably
ahead
equivalent
and
to club.
take it, because she also, technically, she does have Deadeye, so she would be able to do that. So I'm going to go
She's
ahead.
got rank 2 of
and-
Deadeye. She's used to
Oh,
fighting
but it's not loaded.
point blank range with a weapon, with a gun.
I'm gonna treat a butt stroke as an unarmed attack. That's what I'm gonna treat it as, because everybody has that. So
Okay,
that's,
that works.
That's fair. So yeah, she's gonna try and
Oh, come on,
do a pommel
Abigail.
strike with it.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Come on.
Okay, not a traumatic hit, but
Busted
she
tail
does do
open.
5 points of damage, which is enough to kill it.
Yes.
So yeah, it starts to clamber up, and she just whacks it on the head, and it drops down.
Nice,
Um,
Abigail.
Then the one on Fallout is going to go ahead and attack Fallout, since he's right there.
No.
You guys put Fallout in this position, recall.
Max did. Oh no!
So 16,
Max, see if you kill my dog,
that
I'll never
does hit
speak to you
Fallout. Fallout.
Well, we don't
is
know what
going
a
to take
dog can
some
do because it might
damage.
have certain effects.
I'm pretty sure it
As
bleeds.
But I
this
figure
thing,
Jacob is a
after
healer.
it throws
I mean,
Fallout to the ground, it Max and Abigail can both see that this thing, well, definitely Abigail because she's looking right at two of them, but it has claws. It's not just punching or anything, and it rakes Fallout for 4 points of damage. And then the one in front of Tim is going to try to retreat. Would you like to strike at it?
Of course I would.
Yes, go on, Tim.
Okay.
With the axe. Let's go. Oh, that looks good.
oh, that's
very
gotta
good.
hit.
Oh,
Oh, and the trauma.
Oh,
The
it's hit
trauma.
That's a
target.
traumatic hit.
Look at the
too.
damage on it. 36 on the trauma.
36 points
6.
of
Oh
damage.
my god, that's
As it stands
that's the
up
biggest damage I've seen so far.
to try and escape, it meets the axe coming down.
Yeah. It
Oh,
sta-
dear.
stands up into it.
There's blood on the snow.
But yeah,
So
that's the
yeah,
most
you've
damage we've
killed
seen, I
this
think.
thing. Have you cleft it in twain?
Probably
Entwine.
best not to look.
Entwine.
I
Okay.
will advise Abigail not to look over here. You know, not a fit sight for a
He
lady.
doesn't look, he just shakes the axe off and looks away.
Because I haven't seen what Abigail's done.
Right.
Dude, she
So your
killed
axe
the
is-
shotgun that guys.
I think your axe is thoroughly embedded in this thing's like chest through the clavicle, so you're definitely going to need to put a boot on it
Yeah.
and kick it off before you're able to strike your next target. Speaking of which,
Oh no.
Oh,
Two more, yeah.
shite.
two more
Oh,
come
you
around
killed
the
one,
corner.
2 more come.
Oh no.
And in
no,
fact,
no.
hang on, let me mark this one as dead.
This is where you need the shotgun.
I would say as they come around the corner, they were pretty close. One goes right for Tim, and the other one is going to run around Tim after Craig.
Oh, you brute.
So
Craig shits his pants.
we'll start with Tim. One reaches for you. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh.
Grabs
2.
you
It's not 2 damage though.
and just rakes you with its claws. Didn't get a traumatic hit though, and rolled really low on damage. So you take 2 points of damage.
Ooh.
From
That's
this
not bad.
thing
I would
as
take
it
the 2 points of damage.
Very
rakes
lucky
you.
they are. You got very lucky.
Oh, I did.
Now, the second one attacks Craig.
I don't like that at all.
What's
Not
Craig's
nice.
AC?
Oh, it's not 18, mate. I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Armor class,
Okay.
where are you? Where is armor class?
I think it's like a 13, isn't it?
13, mate. Aye, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he
Same
same
here.
thing.
Damage
He
to the
runs
two
right
again.
up to you and just kind of rakes at you with these claws. Again, just 2 points of
I'm
damage though.
just moving out the way just as he does it, and he just catches me with the tip of
Yep.
the claws, just like he did with Tim.
Yep. And that is all of their actions. So just to make things tidy, I'm going to go ahead and remove the dead ones. And new turn. What are you guys doing?
Roll for disease.
We'll get to that.
I don't.
Oh,
I'm going to.
Because
Shit.
2 of you have taken damage.
No,
Well,
I-
3, including Fallout.
I don't have dead eye. I'm not going to be able to just rip this rifle at point blank range, am I? Or it's a
Nope.
penalty if I do. I think.
It's minus. Well, no, the rifle is a long rifle, so you can't use it at all in close
I can't
range.
use it at all.
Um,
So can I just use it for an unarmed
no.
attack again? Like,
Yeah,
I
you
can
can
deal
try
with
and just rifle butt it. Sure,
yeah, I'm gonna.
I'll
have
let
to
you do
a
that.
bash.
That's
Well,
an unarmed attack.
just roll
You
it as an
could,
unarmed
well,
attack.
you could also hang on. You can also, if you want, do a fighting withdrawal to get out of melee with this thing. But that's your action, and you
Yeah,
would
then
then
I
be
won't
able to
get to
move.
shoot. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna try and attack it, so I guess I'll do an unarmed attack.
Butt smack it. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
+5 because I'm awesome. Ooh, that looks decent.
hey, that's it.
That's a hit. So yeah, you're gonna do
Well,
a point of damage to him.
1 damage. Come on.
Hey,
That's-
damage is
that's
damage,
still- hey,
right?
still damage.
It is.
So yeah, you rock this thing on the side of the head with the butt of your rifle, and it kind of turns
Like,
back and looks at you with these glowing eyes, and you think smiles,
Oh no.
but shows off just these rows of sharpened teeth.
Yuck.
Not fangs, but literally sharpened teeth. So yeah, that's Craig. Who's next?
I would say Tim. Tim is in that instance where he's like has these two creatures right in front of him. Like,
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Tim.
Okay, I shall try and rip the axe up out of the dead body into the one that's standing on top of it.
Nice. Okay.
got what? Oop, I could cut.
Dave with a natural 20 watch. Oh no.
Ooh, no, that's so you do rip your axe free and swing it up, but maybe it off balances you just enough that you're
Miss
not
it
able to
completely.
direct it into your foe.
Swing and a miss.
However, just swinging it up and it passing by, it's a big axe, so you do still do your shock
shock
damage.
damage.
I need to remember that in my description.
That's minor.
So 4 shock damage.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. That's
so that's Tim. We've still got Abigail, Jacob, and Fallout.
I yell over to Abigail to help out Fallout, and I'm gonna take a shot at one of these two. I'm gonna shoot the one on
Okay.
yeah, over there. That's on him because I know Tim can handle the other one because I've seen him how he killed the other one pretty well. So I'm like,
You
take a
sure
shot.
can.
I'm like,
You sure
oh!
can. You sure can.
I know nobody's counting, but Tim has a double-barreled shotgun, sorry, not Tim, Abigail, and she's now fired twice, so she needs to reload,
Oh yeah.
which I don't think she has a bonus on. I'll have to double check that, but go ahead with Jacob. Take your shot.
All right. Whoop.
Do you have shoot on Jacob? Shoot 1?
I think, yeah, I think I do. No, I have a shoot.
No, you have
maybe.
shoot 0. So, but you're okay because reloading your bow is a move action, so you can't move because you reloaded your bow.
Oh no,
but
I'm
you
not
can't
moving. That's
shoot.
why it's moved
So
into.
keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So you can
Once-
still do it the same round as you shoot it if you don't move.
Once you get to shoot, right? Once you get to shoot skill level 1, you can draw and fire in the same action.
Oh, okay.
So you can
Okay,
move
so yeah,
and
that
draw
is
and shoot.
your arrow goes wide, unfortunately, and flies off, possibly even striking. Make a luck save for me, actually,
Okay.
since we're firing arrows.
Maybe if it hits the other buddy, if it hits his other buddy, it'd be funny.
If it hits
Uh,
me or
no,
Jacob,
you
it won't
missed.
be funny.
He's made the succeed.
Okay, so the arrow doesn't strike the wall and shatter. It flies off into the darkness somewhere in the snow. We'll see if you can recover it later. Hopefully you're keeping
Okay,
track
it's
of
like
your
that.
arrows fired. Fired 2 now.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that will then be Abigail. You told Abigail to help Fallout, so she runs up
Mhm.
and gets into combat with this thing, but
Whatever.
she is going to have to take a main action to reload the shotgun. So let's see. Loose shells goes down by 2. And so Fallout will attack this thing.
Oh.
Oof.
Twos all
Ugh.
around.
So
And
So,
it is able
Abigail
to
can't
dodge.
shoot with-
Although,
he does a shot
no, it
damage.
takes a main action to reload a firearm.
Okay.
Yeah, so he does shock damage. which actually I'm going to apply that twice because he has attacked twice and I didn't count the shock damage last time. But it is still up and fighting. It is looking very much worse for wear, though. So that goes to them. So I think they're all still... No, he's going to make a save to see, or a morale check to see if he stays in it.
Oh, the guy between...
Should.
Okay. No, the one in between Abigail and Fallout.
Okay.
So he is very much still fighting. So he's going to lash out at Fallout, who has now struck him twice with shock damage. He is going to hit. No trauma.
You need to make some dog armor.
Can you guys see?
We'll need to speak to
If
Ken.
you guys mouse over
I see it.
Fallout, can you see his
I
health
see
bar?
it. I see it. I see it.
Oh, no, no, no,
But don't forget.
no.
But don't forget.
I'll zoom in and show the viewers that. Oof. Oof.
So he,
Well, hey, don't forget. Hey,
clutches and rakes Fallout. Don't forget what?
well, I say you probably could have Kang probably make him something while he gets back. It's like, hey, I made some armor for the dog just in case.
I think we should make some dog armor, yeah. His name's
All right,
Fallout,
so
we
I
should
mean, you
definitely have
could
dog
potentially. Yeah. So the creature facing Gideon is going to go ahead and try and swipe at Gideon again.
armor. Like Craig.
Sorry,
Craig.
Craig, rather.
Or Craig. What did I say? Gideon?
Oh, look at that
Man,
roll.
that's weird.
Go away with that roll.
Ooh.
There's
He's
no
hit the
Gideon
trauma
on
target as well.
Ooh.
Is my trauma target
So
six?
yeah, he strikes for 4 points of damage as
What's-
he starts.
What's my trauma target?
Oh no, that is your trauma target, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying. That's why
6.
we're like,
I don't know.
ooh.
How do I check? How do I
Hang
check?
on, hang on. No, it is 6.
Where do I check
So it's under
that?
health and fitness. Yeah, it's 6
Oh, yeah, it's
on
six.
your main
Yeah,
page.
I see it.
Yeah, it's 6.
Yeah, it
So
says-
yeah,
it
you
says-
take 12
yeah.
points of damage,
I take how many? 12.
which brings you to 0.
This brings me
12.
to exactly 0. Exactly 0.
So
what does
this
that
thing,
mean?
well, you don't go below 0 in this game. Like he drops you. So he jumps on you, and probably Jacob, since you're looking that's kind of in your field of view, you see this thing jump on top of Craig
Yeah.
and bear him to the ground as it's throttling him, and it remains on top of him as he does so. And then the one in front of Tim is going to have to make a morale save. He succeeds.
Wow.
So he's going to strike at Tim.
Ha.
It
Will
misses.
miss.
Good.
Okay, so first round for Craig being down. Haven't had somebody downed in a bit, so
Mm.
gotta get to those rules. A couple of things are gonna happen almost immediately, so we should probably handle those.
Okay.
Let's see. You risk a major injury if you fall to 0 hit points in the same fight that you suffer a traumatic hit, which you did.
That was a trauma hit, wasn't it?
Go ahead and make a
Yeah.
physical saving throw for me. As soon as you drop, actually. Yeah. So physical save for Craig.
Woo, that's gonna be
Awesome.
a success.
So
Is that the one? Make sure I don't die instantly.
on a
with it?
success. No, that's to see if you take a major injury, which could lead to instant death.
Okay.
But no, you are mortally wounded, but will suffer no extra consequences if someone can stop the bleeding before it becomes terminal.
Happy days.
Well, I got a healer's kit. Hopefully, I can get that. Hopefully, we can kill him and I can get to you.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you have a certain amount of time to do that, though. So stabilize the subject. Yep. Oh, here it is, stabilizing. Ally can attempt to stabilize a mortally wounded companion. Requires an int heal or dex heal skill check and a main action. Difficulty is 8 plus the number of full rounds since the target was down. So right now it's 8. And you have a med kit, so you won't be at a penalty for that, which is good.
Yep.
So we'll get to that in a second. However, there is still the creature that is on top of him.
Yep.
But it is your all's turns.
Hmm.
I'll try and dispatch the one in front of me.
Go ahead.
I'll let you see if you can handle that one, and we'll go from there.
That's definitely going to hit. 5 points of damage
Go on, Dave.
is enough.
Did
So
4
why don't you
earlier.
tell me how you kill that one?
Yes,
Just enough to well, I brought the axe up last time I bring it down and kind of clunk it on the head.
Nice. So yeah, you dispatch that one quite nicely.
And
It
movement.
is EED. Yep, you can still move.
I turn and move over to the one on top of Craig and get ready to cover him.
Sounds good. Okay. So
hero.
Jacob, or so you've got a bead
how
on
hard is
either
this one? How hard is that one?
I mean, tell you what, give me now because they're wearing clothes. You can't really tell. You know that it's been scuffling with Fallout, though.
I'm gonna use my move action to reload. I can do that, right? Or is that a major action to reload?
Oh yeah. No, yep. Move action to reload for bows and crossbows.
Okay, cool. There's that one. And I'm sitting there. You know how you're looking at this? You're kind of like, looking at it. And he said when he's going to shoot the one that's up here, because he said if he can kill that one, these other two can run up and kill the other one. So
Okay.
that's what he thought. It's like, come on, there you go. One, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, unfortunately your arrow flies past out into the darkness.
Shit.
Unlucky, mate.
If I would have hit, that would have targeted him. That would have killed that thing. I would have hit it. Damn it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with Fallout, trying to take down this thing that's still in front of it.
Oh.
No, Fallout is possibly so hurt that he's not fighting very well, but
There's no fumbles though in this
he
game.
still manages to. What's that?
There's no
Oh,
fumbles
no
on
fumbles.
that ones.
Nope. He does manage to bring it to the ground as Fallout kind of sits down in the stow, huffing and puffing, his mouth just surrounded in red. So he does kill that one.
I yell over to Abigail, like, yeah, hit that one.
He's going to come around, and she's going to go ahead and take a shot at this one with the shotgun.
I don't understand how we killed that one if he rolled a 3 on the attack.
He's had 3 rounds with 3
Shotgun.
shock damage.
Yeah, it was like 3, so they have like about 9 health. So
Okay. So it was the shock damage that got him.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, this
It
is
was the shock
damage.
damage, and somebody else did 1 point of damage to him from somewhere. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I might have done that.
Yeah, I think you
Yep.
did.
Following.
So here we go with Abigail taking a shot.
Ooh, ooh, oh, and
Oh.
trauma damage is gone.
Look at the
It's
trauma
gone.
damage. 39.
So Tim is just covered in
And viscera.
thing's blood
Mhm.
as she shoots it from behind, and its chest just erupts onto you, and almost kind of falls forward into you. Do you reflexively catch it like you would a person, or do you step back?
I thought it was on top of Craig.
Well, it had stood to face you because you're a dangerous combatant.
Ah, right, fine. In that case, I'll fend it off with the head of the axe.
Okay, just kind of
Sheesh.
yeah.
And
Nice.
I was trying to spare Abigail from seeing something horrific.
Abigail is, Abigail is the
yeah.
bringer of horrific things. She causes the horrificness.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
my gentlemanly nature is obviously
wasted on
not
her.
appropriate.
Yeah, it's wasted on Abigail.
Yeah.
So the enemies don't get around because they have all perished, but we're still in combat rounds.
'Cause I
So
am
top of the
down.
next
Okay.
round, Craig has now been down for one round.
If I might, they'll let me run over there and get to him. I'll yell over to Tim, "Hey, get to Fallout. He's hurt bad." So I can run over here to him and start see if I can do something
I
to
mean,
him.
Fallout is still up, to be fair.
Well, I just
Can I
it's
can I assist with healing? I have heal 0. Can I assist you in healing?
You can potentially. So here's how this is going to run, just to make this more smoothly. Run more smoothly.
Okay.
Jacob, you can move to Craig this round, and then you're going to have to use your main action to pull the first aid kit out of your pack because it's not readied.
And then he'll.
So that's your round.
okay.
So
Is
now
he
we're going into
making-
round 2. Now you're going to be
Well,
at a
that's an
penalty
on
of
turn
2.
action.
Can I apply pressure to kind of hold back bleeding to try and save a round?
So potentially. So while Jacob is pulling out the first aid kit for his action, or, let me put it to you like this. You can try and do it without the first aid kit. But if you do it without the first aid kit, you're going to be at a penalty of 2, or the difficulty is increased by 2.
I thought when you said you were going to apply
No, I'm
pressure,
gonna
Tim
take it
was
out.
going to go up to his ear and whisper, "If your band's not made it by now, you'll never make it."
So, hey, I have a
That's funny.
question. I have a question. It says
Yep.
I have the healer's foci, and it says
Okay.
you may attempt to stabilize one mortally wounded adjacent person per round as an on-turn action. What does that mean?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So actually, on turn, you can actually pull out the first aid kit as your main action, and then as an on-turn action, which is kind of like an automatic,
Extra action. Bonus
in
action.
other game terms, think of like a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, you're able to use it immediately to make that check. So Tim, you go ahead and make a heal check first.
I like how you referenced
The penalty
that
for
game
you,
without naming it. We're total snobs.
another game.
Another game, a different game.
I know.
So
Referenced it without naming
Tim's
it.
going to make the check. The difficulty for Tim is 9 to assist.
Okay, am I on any minuses?
That'll-
What characteristic is it? What attribute is it on?
So it's going to be either intelligence or dexterity, whichever one you want.
Okay. No.
5, unfortunately, is not enough to assist. But now Jacob can go ahead and make the roll. Your difficulty is 9,
Now, I've got a skill that I can.
but
Okay.
you...
Yeah, I
But
forgot.
you have no penalties.
I
'cause you
forgot
have
to
the
use my
first aid
veteran's
kit,
luck.
so-
I could have just avoided the attack altogether.
Okay.
You could have.
Forgot it was there. I had looked at it just before the fight as well, and then forgot about it.
I will report that it seems like the anesthesia on my mouth has totally gone away, so I think
That's
I'm
good.
back to normal, which
That's
is good.
good.
Nice.
Glad I didn't drool or anything. You gonna make that heal check for
Okay.
Jacob?
Yep.
Look at that. There it is. Okay, so you stabilize Craig. Now, Craig is currently frail. What that means is, let's see, you are frail until you have had at least a week of comfortable bed rest. Yep. You cannot heal damage through natural healing and will die immediately if brought to 0 hit points again. You now have 1 hit point.
Could I
by the way? So
yes,
can I do another heal? Can I do another?
I'm getting there. Nope, I'm getting there. So a medic can try to remove the frail condition with a med kit, an hour's work, and a skill check against difficulty 10. You only get 1 chance to remove a given frailty. So you can make that attempt if you want to spend an hour now, or if you want to wait a little bit. Like, you have 1 attempt at some point to spend an hour to try and use the kit. Now, also, since we use the kit, I'm going to need you to... Yeah, how did I decide we did that? Was that luck saves?
Is there not a button attached to it
something else
on the sheet? No.
Ooh.
I think it was a luck save.
To the item? Did I add a button to the item?
Maybe.
It's been a while since we've had to do this.
Say there's... No, it says after you roll a d6 on a 1, the heal kit runs out of useful materials.
Yeah, on a d6.
There you go.
Yeah,
so roll a d6.
1 so I roll a regular d6. Yeah. Roll with these.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Well found, Max. Well spotted.
Yeah, I was just like...
Oh, God.
Okay. That doesn't mean it's finished, that just means it goes down 1 step, right?
Exactly. It's not useless yet.
It just goes
so
down
you
1
were
step.
at Worn, so now you go to light damage, which I've already changed for you.
Okay.
You still
so
have
it's
it.
still
it's
usable.
Just...
All right, so
first aid kit
so
will
he's
be
gonna
usable until you get down to ruined.
Okay. I look at Tim, see if he can help me, give me a help again, see if he can. I don't know if he can assist again or not, or.
Well,
I mean,
did
I'll
say
let him
something
try to
about
assist.
Fallout not being well. Can we kind of do something about Fallout's wounds? At least clean them up. If you're going to be spending an hour dealing with Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, if he comes over here, I could do a quick kill check on him.
If you bring everybody back to the fire, so I mean that's another potential use of the first aid kit, but you certainly can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, use it on the dog.
All right,
100%.
so I will. Yeah, so when rolling a heal check, I roll 3d6 and roll below assess. Okay. Okay. I will heal. Would Tim assess me with the dog?
Yes, indeed.
Am I conscious?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you roll first.
You are now conscious. Yes.
I'm singing some morose.
You're not feeling great.
I'm
Am I minus
really
1 because I don't have a med kit, or what?
No. This is that you don't have any penalties necessarily. This is just to see if you can help. So, actually, hang on.
And is it
Back
Dex
up.
or Int again?
So
optional rule first. Hang on. Optional rule first aid. You don't actually have to roll for this. A medic with basic bandages and tools can heal 1d6 of damage on a target plus their heal skill level. If they have no heal skill level, they roll 1d6 minus 1 instead. Each such application adds 1 system strain to the target. So, which is not going to affect Fallout, to be fair, but I'm basically only going to let you do that with NPCs like once per encounter, essentially.
Okay.
So yeah, you can heal Fallout 1d6 plus your heal skill level, but then you have to roll for the first aid kit again.
Okay. Well, was a when rolling heal skill checks, roll 3d6 and drop the lowest dice. What does that mean?
Means you get.
That's if you roll a check. That's for like doing. That's for stabilizing people or any other reason that you roll a check. This is just automatic basic first aid.
Okay, so I just rolled a d6 and I have a +1 on my skill.
Okay, so d6 plus 1 for how much you heal Fallout, and then you're going to have to roll a d6 to see if the first aid kit takes more wear.
Okay.
Yes.
7 points of damage. That's nice.
Nice.
There you go.
So-
I give him I give him a rough. I'll say, I'm sorry, bud. You did a great job, bud.
Now I'll let you do that same free first aid on Craig as well, in addition to if you want to stay up for the hour, because it is kind of the middle of the night here. But if you want to take the hour to treat him so that he's not frail, which is probably a good idea if you're going to continue in the morning.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna probably have Fallout with me for the night to watch the rest of the night while I'm working on the hour while I'm working on Craig.
So while he's
Any
watching,
chance
Tim
you could,
can-
any chance you could kind of wash out my wounds and get rid of any risk of infection, please?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
He was
I can.
scratched by one of the things.
You don't need to use the first aid kit for that one, I don't think.
Just pick the dirt out of the.
Well, you don't have to. No, that's true.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do.
So
this
let's handle
heal him.
things one at a time. Are you going to do first aid on Craig in addition to treating his frailty?
Yes, I'm gonna do that.
So while he's
first roll a d6 to see if. Hang on. First roll a d6 to see if there's rare from. Where from doing first aid on Fallout.
Nope.
So there's not. Okay. Now you can roll a d6 plus your heal level to do first aid on Craig.
Okay. You get 7 points.
So Craig regains 7 hit points.
While he's
Now roll a d6 to see if there's wear
when he's working on me
the first aid kit.
the whole time I'm like acting like I'm gonna die, and I'm singing under my breath this song about angels coming to carry me over, and hearing an old gospel choir, and a total like morbid
Oh man, did you
song.
you have a
Yeah, harmonica's
harmonica,
perfect
you
for it.
probably-
Oh yeah, it's a morbid bluesy number, and he's barely just wheezing into the harmonica. It's barely making a sound. He's like wheezing into it.
Now,
Do you think you need to put him into a medical
Fallout,
coma at all? Help the healing.
So that was +7. Thank you very much,
So
Jacob.
Fallout,
Superstar.
Craig,
Well, I mean, I know.
and Tim have all. Fallout, Craig, and Tim have all been struck by these creatures. Tim has announced a concern about infection.
Roll for disease.
Do you want to clean out their wounds to try and help prevent infection?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that because that's the thing we need to do.
Tim, you can do this as well. You can assist, or you can do it
I will try and
individually. Like
assist.
you have the heal skill.
I will try.
Okay,
This.
so why don't you make a heal skill first for Tim? A heal roll, rather.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
So, Jacob is now going to make a heal roll with a bonus of. Well, are you going to use the first aid kit? Or are you just like using some boiled and then cooled water and just kind of cleansing the areas?
Well, I'm probably like cleansing the area, probably using ash a little bit, so maybe that because I know some ash kind of helps out with some of that stuff.
Okay, we'll let you use some folksy pseudoscience if you want. Go ahead and roll.
You're not a big
heal
believer
check.
then, Brian.
Well, we'll just call it a single heal check for all three people.
Okay.
But you get to
Okay.
add +1 to it because Tim was successful in assisting you.
Okay.
Oh, that looks solid.
Is that including the +1? It is. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So, now, Tim, Fallout, and Craig all need to make a physical save
Roll for disease there.
with a bonus of +1.
Oh, hey, that's a great thing.
Come on. Get.
Ooh. Well, I don't know if you can use a luck point or anything. to roll that, right? Or
I've
no?
got an edge, but I think
No.
it's only specifically for combat. Veterans luck. As an instant
It
action,
is.
trigger this ability
Yeah,
to
it's
gain
for
one of
combat.
2 effects. Yeah, it's only for attacks, and yeah, unfortunately, don't have anything in Foci either.
Ooh, Fallout's failed
Oh,
Oh no!
I thought I'd rolled a physical save, but
No.
nothing's happened. 1 second, I'll try again.
too. You might have clicked it at like exactly the same time Oliver did. I think sometimes Foundry gets a little confused if too many people roll at once. Oh gosh, you all failed. Okay.
damn.
No.
Did you make yours,
So-
Jacob? Oh, you never got hit by it. You don't have to make one.
He didn't get hit.
No, I never did.
Yeah.
Shit, that's 3 fails.
So we will talk about that later. So you've all failed that save. I'll just
Oh,
note
fuck
that,
me, that's ominous.
and we'll move on.
What? No, what? Hey, you know what it is? Is that you never know? Is that there could be something later on that me and Charlemagne or one of the other healers could do.
We've got
We don't know what.
We've got Chuddies now. We've got Chuds. It's the Chuddies. Chuds.
Wait a minute. Do I have?
You like that one,
anything?
Brian?
Oh man, do I want to make it that you have chud aids? Maybe. Okay. So
What? I mean, I might
you're-
want to study it. I might take a piece with me and study it.
Oh, that's creepy. But if you
That's
want to,
yeah. I was about to say that's
Well, it's
nasty.
because he is a biologist. He's the biologist, so he might be able to maybe determine,
Okay.
like like wrap it up in something that it's not touching him. He cuts it up, put some foil or whatever,
Just
like
gonna
a finger.
Just gonna
just
cut a
study
sheet,
it
just
later
cut a sheet
on.
off and take it back to base. Look what I found, guys. That's creepy.
You can certainly do that if you want. Piece of
Charlemagne's
Of
gonna
creature.
love us.
But it gives us
I'll
proof
mark
too
that down
that
and add
there
that to your
is there's a
inventory.
mutation this bad.
I'm so
Yeah,
glad Craig
but it's
survived
proof that we have
because-
this kind of mutation out.
I'm so glad Craig survived that because I've been thinking about what Craig was going to do next and stuff. Say, do I still? I don't. I know. He got rid of my frail. I don't have to rest for a week now, do I?
So he didn't. He hasn't made that roll yet.
Am I still
so
frail?
we still
No,
need
I
to
haven't
roll
done
to
it.
get rid of
So I might be
frailty.
switching out characters back to Charlemagne if he fails this roll, eh?
Yeah, because you only
Right.
have one chance to remove the frailty.
Yeah. So if he fails this
Can
roll,
I
I'll switch
Yeah.
back.
In removing the
You
frailty?
can, yes, you can, but your difficulty is 10, because that's the
Well,
difficulty
let's try.
of
A lot
Check.
hinges on this roll because what Oliver will do next will hinge on this roll because Craig really wants to appeal to Charlemagne to go back to the music shop. Look at that!
Oh, look at that.
Oh!
That's a
So,
Does he get plus 2
Jacob
on
is
this?
going to get a
Nice.
plus 1.
Does that not make it a plus 2 because of that?
No, plus 1.
yep.
Yeah,
Still a plus
on.
1. That does it. So, frailty removed.
Thank you,
Now,
thank you.
Max, go ahead and roll a d6 for wear on the first aid kit. Using that first aid kit a lot.
So
Absolutely.
I can now go on. Nice.
Still
I
good.
can now
Okay.
continue with my plan for Craig. I don't have to go back to Charlemagne.
Oh, by the way, with him cleaning the wounds, etc., did that give me any hit points back or not?
Oh no, I gave you.
but
I held you
can
earlier.
No. You healed Craig. You haven't
Oh.
Healed me
given
in Fallout.
first aid to Tim.
Yeah, he'll be in Fallout.
If you want to give
Okay.
first aid to Tim, you can, but that's going to be another wear check on the first aid kit because you got to use the first aid kit to.
That's an
To
hour
give
past for the
people
In
Frailty
which
frailty
case,
one,
don't
isn't
worry
it?
about it. I'm only points down, and I've probably got some horrible disease anyway, so it might not be worth it.
And
The
and
frailty
you
one,
all
that's
still
the one
get
that takes
to
an hour, isn't it?
rest. So although your rest was interrupted, I assume you're still then going to spend the rest of the night sleeping.
Ah, yeah.
You'll
just
get some recovery there.
Just
right?
roll over
Yeah.
and go back to sleep
I
like it's
shall
nothing.
walk
eh?
over to the snowdrift. I shall walk over to the snowdrift, pick up the crossbow, check to make sure it's okay, and see if the bolt went off when I chucked it into the snowdrift.
Oh, that's a
Well,
good
I'm not
question.
worried
Roll
about my
up
arrows
to
until
me.
the morning.
If it triggered the luck save.
Okay.
Yeah, just to see if the bolt's still good.
Luck save's a great mechanic. You can use it for a lot. Hey, nice roll, David.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, that's a general good use.
I like a lot.
Okay,
It's good.
All right. So
I
you spend the
will,
rest of the
go
night
and get
in
some-
your encampment.
Well, first of all, I'm going to go and get some snow, and wash off all this spatter from
Ick.
that shotgun blast. Yuck.
That's fair. That's fair.
Cool.
Okay.
Icor.
Does anybody want to search any of the bodies, or are you just gonna go back to sleep?
I
I don't really want
we
anything to
probably
do with
best
these
wait
I say we search them in the morning.
until
Man.
dawn.
Yeah, I would say we search in the morning.
Okay. That's fine. So
Well,
yeah, in the
I
morning,
suggest we-
everybody
Well, I
will.
suggest we first of all.
Go ahead.
Well, can we drag them into the area that's lit by the firelight, just in case there's any more of them out there, dragging them off to eat?
You mean like over here
Alright,
somewhere where we
Interesting.
can see them?
You can, yeah,
Like here somewhere,
like over here.
so we can
Yeah.
see them. In
Yeah, because I know we still had the little torch that was right
You can see
there.
them in the light.
Yeah, I'm worried about being
Yeah.
too near these dead bodies might draw scavengers. Might attract something.
Well, if it does, we've got the light to shoot them
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
That's true.
It might even act as nice bait for a scavenger.
Okay,
Might,
So-
might attract one of those cows.
Yeah.
You might, yeah. So you drag the bodies into kind of a central location, not too close to camp, but still visible to you, so you can see what happens with them. You were on second watch anyway, so Tim and Jacob continue to watch while Craig and Abigail go back to sleep, and eventually dawn comes.
Yeah.
And anybody who is not at full health can restore hit points equal to your. Oh wait, couple of things first. So Craig did have to gain a system strain. Did you gain a system strain when he did first aid on you?
Oh no, I forgot to add that.
Yeah.
Strain goes up one. Okay.
Okay. But, however, so you completed it goes back down one. Stress always remains the same. Keep that in mind. Although, I think we did forget to do stress. So, these were not people, per se, so you don't have to worry about stress there. A friend was mortally wounded, so everybody except Tim is going to gain 1 point of stress.
No, it's not everybody except me, because I was the mortally wounded one.
Well,
Okay.
except Tim too. He's cold-blooded. So Tim and Craig.
Right, yeah.
So we'll just make it simple. Jacob and Abigail gain 1 stress. Let me open up Abigail and do that. Oh, unless she's not cold-blooded, is she?
No, I don't think she's cold-blooded.
Oh no, she is cold-blooded now too. Yep.
Wow.
That's right, aye, Brian. I did
Nice.
cold
Yeah,
blooded
two
last time, I think.
mighty killers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay, so just
Yeah.
Jacob then. You are mortally wounded. Craig gains 2 stress.
Okay. Stress, not strain. Stress, yeah. Okay.
And stress, not strain.
Yep.
And that's it for that. So, so your stress remains the same, but if you have any strain, that goes down by 1, and you recover hit points equal to your level
Okay, so I have recovered 3 hit points.
from resting.
Okay, I'm only 2 away from full on hit points. It's not too bad.
No,
Yeah, we should be good.
Fallout is
So,
technically
like,
level
in the
2,
morning-
so he gets 2 hit points. Okay.
Okay.
So, David first. What were you gonna say?
So I'm back up to full hit points.
Nice.
And I've still got
Yep.
4 strain.
Nice. I'm gonna reload that one.
I'm going to reload my gun as well. Good point, Max.
Yep. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna do. Yeah, he just kind of just gets an arrow ready. He wakes up kind of like, you know, how you have the arrow in your hand with a bow.
Now keep in mind when you reload anything, you still need to manually go into your
Those
readied
rifle
inventory and reduce your readied ammunition
Oh yeah.
because those are not linked. Not yet. One day I might figure out how to do it, but currently they're not
So I'll
linked.
just take 2 off of that.
Okay.
I shot twice, didn't I?
Okay, I shall swap back to my daytime weapons and work on from there.
Okay, well, I'm going to put us back into some exploration music
Okay.
and move us to the map. So, you are still in this hex right here,
There it is, my
where
guitar.
the green pushpin is. That's your
There
current
it is,
location.
teasing me.
And that was the end of the first day of scouting this hex.
So we still have one more day of scouting.
Nobody's
this
frail. Yeah, nobody's frail. Are you going to continue to scout this hex?
We might as well if we've half done it. I mean, Craig really wants to go back to Charlemagne. He's going to appeal to him about something, but
I suggest we search the bodies and then check where their tracks come from.
Okay.
good thinking,
So,
Tim. Good
searching the bodies.
Yep.
As I described, there are... I gotta set up day 6 scavenging real quick.
Well, I remember they were talking about some creatures from under the sewers. Do you think these might be like maybe something from that?
Possibly.
We don't know. We don't know that they have underground dweller in their name. So, metagaming.
Well, no, I know.
Oh, that's just
But-
a name
but
I
it's-
gave
but
him.
can
You
I
can
do-
call him whatever you want.
No, Chud sounds.
Yeah,
Chud seems to fit like perfect. I just really hope. I've not
Is there any
forgotten
way I could do a
Chud's.
heal check or a knowledge check on them to see what caused this kind of mutation? How long, if it was either through like as they thought it might be a scratch or what do you is there any kind of roll?
Like, can you deduce if they are a human that's turned into this, or are they something alien like what we saw before?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you still don't know that those were alien either. You think they are. Tim is
They
convinced.
were in a flying saucer. I'm not.
Well, we see a freaking flying
They literally
saucer.
had a flying saucer.
We saw a
Don't
flying
tell me they're
saucer.
not aliens. Right.
Hey, they're whatever I say they are, right? You know.
Fucking aliens.
But
Flying
no.
saucer.
So yes, you can use healing to, if you want to take the time, you can use healing to kind of look them over and get a sense. Searching them while Jacob is deciding whether or not you want to do that, because that's going to take time. Just a quick search shows that they don't really have a lot on them. They are wearing clothing that is just a whole bunch of like scrapped together, patched together rags, essentially. They don't carry any weapons. They're not carrying any kind of supplies, but they are wearing clothing.
Yeah, they don't have bags of equipment or anything. They're pretty much feral, aren't they?
No. Now,
Well,
following their tracks would also take time.
Well, hang on a second.
But-
Quick question. Looking at their claws,
Uh-huh.
A, are they
So,
dirty, covered in stuff? B, are they injection type claws?
oh.
So I'm going to need a heal check from you as well. That'll take time.
Do you want to know? I don't.
Would that come under my knowledge rather than healing?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be appropriate.
Well, I got to heal 10 just to study them. Just kind of, I'm using with my spear, kind of moving some stuff around.
Okay, so a couple of things. Jacob, as far as you can tell with your heal check, now these things are in various states, I guess is the best way to put it. They don't all look like that picture. That picture was mainly just to kind of shock you and give you a sense, oh, these are not regular humans anymore. But they're in various different states of, I don't want to call it decay, but we'll just call it change.
Okay, yeah.
But as you look at them, depending upon how deep you want to get, I mean, you have a knife. Are we talking like you're cutting one open to take a look at its interior
No
structures.
need,
and
no need.
everything.
Look at that one over there. I mean, that's been
Well,
sliced
yeah,
in
that's
half.
true.
Yeah, I mean the head. Yeah, it's cluttered. Yeah, I'm looking on the
Okay.
outside, but what I'm doing, I'm looking for the one that literally got his head blown off.
Yeah, you can
Looking
look
in
inside
there
him.
and just
So,
kind
yeah.
of.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. And all the bodies are in the same place, so yeah. Yeah, you definitely get the sense that these are changed humans. The internal structures are the same, or at least extremely similar. I guess there's a possibility that some of these might have been apes, but the majority of them, I mean, they're all primates, right? So, as are humans. So, I mean, it's all one and the same. These things have all changed.
So maybe
You also note that despite that, with that roll that you gave me, I will say you also note that the changes appear to be along a certain path. They are not random mutations. They are changing along a path.
Yeah, so
there's a lot of similarity between each one.
You can tell one's further along in the same changing process, kind of thing. As one, another one is less.
Yeah.
Disease effect, or
could be
virus or bacteria or something.
Well, and also it's like, you know, it's did the bodies have like similar like cuts or something, like, you know, they like on their bodies, like, you know, like how the other people in my group get it, like, you know, scratches and stuff like that. Is
actually, what's interesting is there do appear to be some similar scarification, but you would say that the scarification looks almost ritual as opposed to combat scars. As if they were intentionally scarred in a certain way. Now, as far as Tim goes, I mean, you know biological structures that inject, such as scorpion stingers and things like that, snake's teeth. You don't see any indication with their talons that there's any kind of injectable. They're just they appear to be nail growths that have extended and hardened and maybe become a little bit larger, but there's no indication of any kind of injectable structure.
So, more
and
risk.
no venom sacs or anything like that.
We're still at risk from disease and infection, but not from an actual injected poison or something.
They are very dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it said if we can find the right supplies, I could probably, you know, keep the wounds clean. That's probably what I would do.
Well, we may need to reopen the wounds and I don't know, sear them, something like that, if need be. We'll just keep a very close watch on the wounds. I mean, poor old Fallout was almost killed by the damn thing, so he's probably likely to be the most likely to suffer.
Well, what it is as we're traveling through is, like, you know, at the moment I'm just kind of checking, you know, the wounds on Fallout, and basically just keep, you know, just a general look and making sure there's no difference from what was before to now.
Okay, so let's follow the tracks and see where these things came from.
Okay. So, as you follow the tracks, you see indications of... I mean, the snow hasn't been terrible, and we're going to say that it takes you about a shift to follow the tracks, so we're going to put it to midday. We're going to roll a random encounter check. I'm assuming you're still taking your time. You're not exposing yourself by moving terribly quickly or in the open.
Well, Tim's in charge.
No, we're being sensible.
Okay. So...
hazardous weather.
Oh, no, you are not exposed, so that is incorrect. That would have been a 3, not a 2. Artie is not exposed. Well, that's still incorrect. I rolled a 3 initially, so you're fine. We're just going to ignore it. Okay. So yeah, you do find the tracks of what you think are these group. Well, you're able to backtrace them fairly easily. But at a couple of points, you see that the group was larger, and that some smaller groups have appeared to have split off. As you continue to backtrack these tracks, you also begin to notice occasionally, because again, you're traveling through an area that has been covered in snow for years. But as you walk along, you sense that the ground underneath the snow is maybe a little bit different. A couple of times you feel like you are feeling or hearing kind of like the scree of gravel moving. At one point, one of you will say just randomly, Craig hooks his boot on something in the snow, and when you look down, it looks like a rail of a train rail, if you know what I mean.
Like a train track, yeah.
So could this be a stockyard?
Well, and you begin to see some of the larger mounds that maybe have been uncovered by some winds appear to be not train cars, but subway cars that have been left or detached or fallen over, and eventually you find
a train graveyard, maybe.
the entrance, the above ground
tunnel.
entrance to a subway tunnel.
And the tracks
And that's
come
where
from
the
there,
tracks they come from there, and you're also now seeing several fresher tracks are going into there. Looking at the tracks, you're going to assume you're looking at probably 30 to 40 easily.
Ooh,
Shit.
that's not good.
Creatures.
Can anybody make a makeshift kind of bomb and kind of blow the entrance?
We've not got Kang with us. He would be our best bet.
I'm afraid that there's a lot of subway tunnels under this city.
Yep.
The
And
tracks
we've been warned away from
returning.
the subway.
Do the number of small groups of tracks returning match the number of groups that left the main group? In other words, as we came this way, we saw a number of small groups peeling off. We've now reached the tunnel entrance, and we can see some small
at a quick
tracks
glance,
coming in.
you would. Yeah, at a quick glance, you would say, yeah, probably.
Yeah. So,
might be missing a few here and there, but yeah.
And time-wise and depth
Oh,
of
and I
snow-
guess I should also point out that some of the groups of tracks, since you're all, well, at least Tim is a pretty skilled naturalist, and it's pretty obvious in the snow, even Craig would probably notice that it looks like some of the smaller groups are actually dragging things.
Things as in bodies, or things
Big heavy
as
things.
in lumps of metal?
About that size of a dragged body, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so just time-wise, looking at the depth of snow, does it look like they came out at sunset last night?
That would be your best guess. Yeah, you would say that the tracks returning with the drag marks a couple of hours ago, which would
Yeah, in other words,
coincide
before
probably with
sunrise.
sunset. There, yeah,
So,
before sunset.
so they're nocturnal. Damn. Okay. Well, I suggest we finish searching this area and
Head
then
back.
get back to the repair shop.
So if you
also this
would
be
like to do that, because it. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was saying it's just that might be good information to pass on to the dead drop that we found this, and if her people, the red bands, that they encountered this is what either they encountered it before or they've not encountered it yet.
They told us about creatures in the tunnels. They warned us about the subway.
Yeah.
Okay.
They already know about these guys. I mean, we will still tell them that we encountered
Well, maybe.
them.
Maybe we can ask them. They can take care of it because they have the equipment to probably blow that
They've
up.
got the manpower, but yeah,
Well,
they
why would
know
they?
about them, but we can.
They're looking at heading north, so why would they bother?
Yeah, it's a waste of the resources. Let's get back to the garage, the repair shop.
Okay, so if you're gonna finish with this hex because you just spent a shift not scouting, and remember,
Yeah, we're gonna have to finish scouting today and tomorrow.
Well, I'm gonna just lay it out for you. You could either take 2 more shifts today and then use the overnight shift to go back to the auto repair shop and be tired, or you can scout for another shift, camp, and then scout for a shift and go back in the morning.
I think go back and be tired. It's alright to be tired back there. But you're in charge then.
Except if anything happens when we're travelling back, then we have a serious problem.
True. Well, it just means you're going to take a point of strain.
Well,
if you
I'd suggest we spend a shift searching, and if we identify a decent place to spend the night, then we spend the night. If we don't, then we carry on searching and head back overnight.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that plan.
So you're going to search into the evening shift. I'll make another encounter check.
So, Brian, as we're
not exposed.
As we're at 9:30, can I suggest a halftime break soon?
Oh yeah, we can take one now if you like.
Only if it works for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, so when we left off, our group was continuing to search this particular hex through the afternoon shift. No encounters were had as they trudged through the snow and the the general unpleasantness of Buenos Aires, covered in an eternal winter, and seeing just the ruins of buildings and everything around you. I think there was some discussion about trying to find an okay campsite for the evening rather than head back. So now would be the time to do that if someone would want to make a survive check.
That's Mr. Tim, I believe, does
again,
that.
We can do some assisting rolls if we want.
We can all assist here, can't we?
You can, yes. So whoever wants to assist, roll first, and then we'll have Tim roll.
Okay, my survive is +1. And you we can do it wisdom, can't we? Or intelligence. They're both the same for me anyway.
Yep, wisdom or intelligence.
Okay, I'll roll an assist. Oh, that's good enough with the +1.
That's a +1. Yep.
Yeah. Come on.
Is Jacob going to assist, or is he just kind of
in a survival?
Yeah, if you want, you don't have to. Oh well, never mind.
No, he won't.
Well, I was going to say that we've already got a +1, and that's the max I give for assistance. So, if
that's fine.
I'll try.
Greg had failed, then Jacob could have rolled. But yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just keep a lookout.
I think I might have still had
probably have a girl watching around.
I think there might be an extra +1 on that I shouldn't have had, Brian, but it would have been an 8 anyway. Nice, that's a roll.
I think we found a lush, well upholstered place to stay for the night.
So you do find a detached home that is still standing. Seems largely unaffected. I mean, there's snow piled on the roof, but maybe a little strange for Buenos Aires considering its primary weather systems before the end. This particular home was built with quite a peaked roof, so a lot of the snow over time has just fallen off and enabled it to remain standing. It appears not to have been struck by any of the lightning during the original lightning storms. So yeah, you find this place. The door is open, as in not locked. It's not just standing open. Windows look largely intact. So a nice place to rest. That doesn't mean there's no encounter necessarily, but it does mean that you'll have some cover. So let me just go ahead and roll an encounter check for the evening. Okay, so the weather does shift overnight. That's the wrong thing. Glad that was hidden. Oh, there's a freak lightning storm. Thankfully, you're all indoors and kind of cozy and tucked away in this little detached home as the lightning just goes crazy outside for about 3 hours, keeping everyone well indoors and possibly even away from windows, which are rattling. Every boom you can feel through the floorboards. But yeah, you are able to spend a very restful night here. No other encounters aside from that, so I'm assuming you'll still have people doing shifts of watch, but you can separate those up as you please.
I mean, hopefully, if any of those
will...
creatures emerged from the subway, they'd have got caught by the lightning storm.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hopefully, they'll keep them back in there. They probably ran back because they get shut. Well, like the natural storm.
Right. So yeah, by morning, anyone who is still under full health, you can regain hit points equal to your level.
And, go down
also
one
everybody can remove another point of what?
Is it stress or strain? We go down one.
Remove a point of strain.
Stress doesn't go away. Your strain goes away.
Okay. Let's win.
Stress, you got to find other methods of removal.
I will check the cuts I received to see if there's any deterioration.
Well, I was actually going to bring that up, so I need Tim, Craig, and Fallout to make a save for me.
What can I say? Physical.
Is there any way I can help him with it?
Physical save, no.
Okay.
Bang on. Oh no,
success.
13 plus. Come on.
Yep. Come on, fella. We're with you, brother. You can do it, buddy.
I'm marking there down.
Come on, Fallout. You've got this. Who's rolling for him?
I am. I gotta get to him. Well, I mean, you guys have access to Fallout, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Can't follow us, isn't he? Yeah.
You can, if you want, you can click on his save. Yeah.
Where's his save? Where is his save?
Right hand side.
It's can't follow her.
Oh yeah, so he's just got one save.
Yeah, he just has save.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy. Someone else should have rolled.
Okay.
Well, I wish I could do something. I'm keeping a look at on wounds, so I'm like, oh.
So, you notice during the night that Fallout he's got a bit of rasping kind of wetness in his breathing, and every once in a while he does kind of a, you know, how dogs kind of like a wet cough.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, he seems relatively happy, and the rest of you feel okay. Well, Tim and Craig feel okay.
We need to take a day's
obviously,
food.
Jacob and Abigail feel potentially okay.
We need to take a day's food off.
Oh yeah,
yesterday.
you guys need to take off some food as well.
Any problems with Fallout's wounds? I'll check those.
Okay, yeah, I mean, his wounds, your wounds, they all seem to be, I mean, maybe not as good as what you and I would expect our wounds to be with modern medicine and everything, but nothing seems terribly off. There's no smell. The wounds are inflamed, but so are yours.
We don't have
it's too early
antibiotics,
to
do we?
see any kind of deep healing. Only the minor amounts that might be included in the first aid kit, which you've already used or attempted to use for each person.
Do you find antibiotics in a first aid kit? I mean, I've got a really good first aid kit, but it doesn't have antibiotics in it.
Sometimes.
Yeah?
I mean, there's antibiotic creams and stuff oftentimes in first aid kits.
True. And you could put that on the wounds.
I mean, not like pills, but yeah.
Maybe a cream,
right.
yeah. Antiseptic cream anyway.
Well, yeah, that too, for sure. Yeah. I know my first aid kits have triple antibiotic creams in them, so I mean,
Uh,
you're not going to eat it, but
I probably would suggest is that Jacob is looking at the wounds and stuff like that. Is that well, since we have a connection with the team that's working at the hospital, maybe we can trade supplies or something for some antibiotics
Get
or
some
something, maybe to help you guys
antibiotics,
when we get
yeah.
back.
something you can bring up with them, yeah, possibly. Okay. So, let's see. So, yeah, lightning storm subsides eventually in the middle of the night. You all sleep relatively well. Everybody has subtracted food as necessary, or somebody has subtracted 3
Yep.
units of food. Okay.
I've
Which I need
subtracted
to
one from
do
mine.
for the main camp as well.
Dave doesn't
3
have to
days
take
left
food off when we're
there.
traveling. He can always find something, can't he?
Tim doesn't yet.
Yep.
Tim.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but Abigail does. So
Abigail
3.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I subtracted one from myself.
I've taken one from mine as well.
Okay. So I need to see if Abigail has any, is what you're telling me.
If she doesn't, I have one I can give
No,
her.
I've still got another 2.
Abigail does have some food. Do either of you have non-perishable? Or no, hang on, she has perishable, so she'll just reduce that by 1. Yep, she's good. Okay, so dawn comes. We already did recovery of health. There's also strain recovery because you slept in a relatively safe place. So if you have any strain, you can reduce that by 1.
I think I already did that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
If you already
done that.
did, that's fine. Okay. So, you now need 1 more shift of scouting this hex to complete it, and then you could move back to the auto repair shop if you wanted.
Let's do it.
Let's
You
do
gonna
that.
Okay, so do an
Yep.
encounter check. Nope. So you're able to finish scouting this hex in the morning. And so, since we didn't do it last time on stream, I'm going to ask you all now. You do successfully scout this hex, so let me add a scouted icon for you. Assets, that's what I want. Oh, maybe it's not.
Do you know what would be nice? And maybe it's just a suggestion, it's maybe something you could work on if it'd be easy enough for you, and I think it would be, Brian, because you're good with the art stuff. Instead of a scouted token on each hex, having each hex have like a slight filter on it to change the colour of it, maybe just darken it or something. It would mean less tokens on the thing, but you would still quite easily see what's scouted and what isn't.
Yeah, that
Like
honestly would take a little bit more work than the way that
Just thinking
I'm
like a
doing
little
it, but,
opaque, like an opaque
I'll
hexagon that you can
think
place
about
on
it.
them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like some sort of opaque.
Well, the reason why it's so
thing.
nice with the way I'm doing it is that
You can move them around as well.
yeah, I can move them around and I can drop them in pretty easy if I'm going to do it the way you're suggesting, which is a neat idea, don't get me wrong.
Just thinking for presentation wise, you know what I mean?
It's a lot it's a lot more work in Foundry to do that, and I'm
Probably,
doing
yeah.
this in Foundry right now.
Yeah.
I would have to do that in GIMP outside of Foundry, and then it gets tougher because the hex setup is just an overlay I can do in GIMP, but making like a hex, I mean, it could be done. I might look at it, but we'll see. I don't, or maybe I can just make the scouted tokens smaller,
It's not something we're
right?
lacking. It's not something we're missing at all. It's just an idea for another way to do it.
You know, oh, that's too small. Maybe 50.
No, I think they're good that size.
I just personally kind of dug the idea of the stickers because I imagined you guys actually
I like the
having
stickers,
a
like a
map
real
that
map.
you
Yeah,
found,
yeah, I do like it.
pack of stickers that you were putting them on, but yeah, it's something to look at. that might be something I can do with the drawing tools in Foundry too. We'll see. So yeah, so you've scouted this hex. You can now kind of determine between the three of you what. Well, first of all, somebody roll me a d6.
I'll get that one. 5.
5. Okay.
High is good, eh?
So, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to. Oh, that's just telling me what hex.
Okay.
So you're going to find something here in this hex. Is there anything in particular that you think you might see in that hex, or is there anything in particular that you're looking for between the four of you?
Do you know, it's not something that
An unlooted vet's place for
for Fallout would
Fallout.
be good. Yeah. This isn't something that would
That's
be
interesting. A veterinarian
useful.
or maybe a clinic.
This isn't something that'd be useful or handy at all. It was just something that, an idea that came in my head that might be cool. An amusement arcade. Random idea. An amusement arcade. Slot
Okay.
machines and little rides for kids. I don't know, something weird.
Oh, like a little amusement park. I
A
think it's
little amusement, like even an amusement park or something. Yeah, it's a random idea, but it's a bit different. There might be some opportunity to make some like carny monsters, carny mutants.
How about you, Max? Any ideas?
I like the vet place because even with the stuff right there, there's some stuff that we could use
No.
for humans, even the antibiotics.
What I'm saying though is give me something different, because then I'm going to roll randomly between
Oh.
the three of them.
Okay.
Think it's something useful. So I've got 2 out of 3 chance at it being something useful because mine is just frivolous.
What about
necessarily.
is that what about like a supply store like for housing and stuff? Like I wouldn't say like a Home Depot they have down
A Home
there,
Depot, yeah.
but something like that, like maybe like a hardware store or something.
Hardware store.
One that's unlooted.
So somebody roll a d6 for me.
Yeah.
Oh, let somebody else get this one. What do you get, Max?
Car dealership?
Oh no, I'm going to go with hardware store, but roll a d6 for me.
I'll get it. I'm ready.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, it's fine.
Oh, we got it. Okay. So 2, vet clinic it is.
Hey.
Okay.
So I will pop that token in there before we play next. But yeah, so you see what looks to be like some kind of a veterinarian's clinic off in the distance. But I think now we're going to head back to the auto repair shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Is that the idea? Okay. Well, that's not what I wanted to do at all.
Big
Right.
dog.
It's another UFO.
Right.
It crashed down that way
It
somewhere.
needs to be on top for sure. Okay. So, heading back to the auto repair shop, we'll do a encounter check for that. No, so no troubles, no issues as you move back to the auto repair shop. It is evening by the time you return, and you see everybody there chilling out. It also would coincide with the return of one of the scavenging or both of the scavenging parties, I should say. So let's go back.
Yeah, we are
to
4
the
groups,
auto
aren't we? Every
repair
day
shop.
we're this group. We're 2 groups out scavenging, and we're 1 group at base.
Yeah. Okay, so
Home sweet home.
let's put on some soothing music since we're back home. All right, so since you have returned, though, we now need to figure out the results of the scavenging parties while they were out.
How many days worth are we doing?
So I've been keeping track.
What day are we
there
on
are
now?
4 days worth that we need to go through. You guys have been gone for 7 days.
So what day are we on now, game wise? Still 22.
Oh, it's February 20. It's the evening of February 26th.
Okay.
Which is day what? Day.
And
20
as far as
day
far
24?
as in-game day, so let's see that. Yeah, it would be day 24, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think we started on February 3rd.
22. No, 23. It's the 23rd day, the evening of the 23rd day right now. Okay, so for your scavenging rolls, we've got 2 parties out. And we've got 4 days to go through for each of the 2 parties because you told them to scavenge while you were gone. You all should have access to the scavenging button.
I had a question.
Yeah,
Is there any
it's the
chance
marker,
that
isn't it?
Sorry, go ahead, Max.
Oh, sorry. I was just asking. With King being there, would he have time to like start taking part of all the extra gear we don't have used, and just start taking them apart and put them as the scrap we might need, or?
Well, the problem is nobody told them to do that before you guys left.
Yeah.
So that is an instruction you would have to give someone before you go out. The instructions that everybody had was to send out 2 scouting parties. That left 1 person to be on watch while the other 2 people were essentially continuing to work on the greenhouse build. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what everybody's been doing. So yeah, let's handle these roles. So everybody, I think we set it up last time where everybody has access to the Scavenging the Ruins macro.
Yep.
Down in your bar.
Size,
So
injuries and consecutive days.
We'll just kind of rotate through. So
Do any of the parties have any minuses from last time? Because I remember there were.
So I'm going to go through these with you so you can plug them in. So the first day, you've got the first roll is going to be whoever wants to do it is going to be a party size of 3.
I'll get the first one, huh?
Up 1 injury, and it's 3 consecutive days for the first roll.
Okay.
So 9 perishable.
No injuries, but morale
And
dips.
3 tech level 1 scrap.
And a metal pry bar.
And a metal pry bar.
Well, that's the scrap. That's not a specific item. That's the scrap.
Right, okay,
It's
yeah,
just a
yeah,
description.
yeah. That looks like a piece of dog armor if I've ever seen it.
So I'm trusting you guys are going to be adding these to your perishable and your scrap.
Why would you use
Right.
dried rice for a dog?
I
dog
can
armor?
do it if you want. So what was that? 9 perishable foods. Right, I'll add that.
9 perishable and 3 tech level 1 scrap.
Okay. Perishable 9. 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
4, 5,
the
6,
second-
7, 8, 9. And what was it? 1 tech level 3.
The second party, 3 tech level 1.
Or 3 tech level 1. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, that was 0. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Okay, the second party on the first day that we need to go through anyway is party size is always going to be 3 because that's how you guys had them set up. The second party has 0 injuries currently, and they've been scouting for 2 consecutive days.
Somebody getting this one?
Are you doing that one, Max?
So how would I roll that?
See the bottom left, the macro?
So do you
number
have
1?
the...
Oh no, he wasn't here last session, Brian.
Oh, okay. So go into... You know how the macro bar works, Max? Have you ever used it a lot in Foundry?
No.
No. Okay. So at the bottom of the screen, you see the bar with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just to the left of that, there's a little down arrow with a folder. If you
Okay.
click on the
Yes.
folder, you'll see a bunch of macros pop
Scavenger?
up, one of which is Scavenging the Ruins. You can drag that to number 1 or whatever number you want on your macro
Okay.
bar, and then from the bar
Okay.
you'll be able to click on it, and it'll bring up a pop-up, and you can put some stuff in.
God bless Foundry.
So
We
the party
salute
size is
but-
3, injuries is 0, consecutive days is 2.
Okay.
A collapsing overpass injures a scavenger during a risky climb. The team recovers a few bloated cans of meat and twisted copper once a crushed shoulder. -2 to scavenging rolls for 2 days. So that was 3 units of perishable. 1, 2, 3. And 2 units of tech 0 scrap. 1, 2. Okay, we've added those. And that's an injury.
And I am adding the injury. Because that will affect future rolls. Okay,
It's alright, Steve.
now
next.
that was the
What's
first
this?
day that we hadn't gone over yet.
Are you adding all of those to the list, Oliver?
I have done, yeah.
Great stuff.
Okay. So second day, first party 3 still has 1 injury, and 4 consecutive days scouting.
Here we go.
3, 1, 4.
Ooh.
Oh.
Tech 3
So
stuff.
some vending
Nice.
machine rations,
A
5
ruined,
non-perishable.
a ruined electronics shop gives up vending machine rations.
Oh, go ahead.
Copper coils and wiring, and 1 scavenger suffers minor snow burn, but can still function normally.
So
So that was
5
5 units for
non-perishable
non-perishable.
rations.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tech 3 6 units.
Tech
Nice.
level 3 scrap.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing well for scrap and food. We've got to take off a bunch of
Second
days
party.
worth of food. Though, still.
Oh, I've been already taking off their
Oh, you have?
food every time you guys ate. So
Okay, nice.
yeah.
Oh, we're doing well for food.
Second party for the second day. Whoever wants to roll.
I'll get this one
3
again then.
party size, 2 injuries,
3, 2,
and 3 consecutive
3.
days. 3, 2, 3.
A dead scavenger's pack contains a sack of dried beans, an ammo casing, and stripped wiring. The grim find disturbs the team emotionally, but they soldier on. So that was 8 perishable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And tech level 2, 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the team soldier on.
Nice. Okay, third day. Just 2 more days. First team on the third day, or I can just give you all 3 numbers who wants to roll. It's going to be 3, 1, 5.
Your turn, Max, I think.
All right. So, but 3, 1.
3, 1, 5, I think.
5 is the last number.
Okay. Okay.
An aggressive scavenger gang is driven off, but not without a fight. 1 scavenger is bruised, another cut. They recover scattered scrap and edible fungus. Injuries result in -1 to scavenging rolls for 2 days. So that was 7 units of perishable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 2 units of tech level 1. Okay. Added. I think it's you next, Dave.
Okay. Second team for the third day
Come on, jackpot. roll.
is 3, 2, 4.
Now, viewers, Brian had created this whole mechanic. This whole thing we're doing now, Brian's added this to the game. This is his little touch. and it's beautiful.
Ooh.
A hidden subway
Nice
shelter
one.
contains canned food, 19 units, a flashlight, perfect, and sewing gear. Spirits lift on such a find, so that was 19 units of non-perishable, So 32 becomes 51. And tech level 2 5 units. Decent. Oops. Very decent. Nice. Dave? Very nice roll.
That was the second team on the third day, right? I
Yep.
think so. So now we're on the final day, which would be today that you're returning.
Yep.
That they have scavenged. So the first team is going to be 3-1-6.
3, 1, 6. An avalanche triggered collapse buries part of a ruined building. One scavenger is presumed dead, and the survivors are shaken. They recover a few crushed food tins and a bent crowbar. Injuries impose -2 to scavenging rolls for 3 days. Does that mean somebody just died?
Well, presumed dead. Okay, so here's what we're going to do.
So that was
We
3 units
know
perishable.
That
1, 2, 3. And tech level
we
1,
know that
3.
Kang, Charlemagne, and I believe Sophia were the ones remaining in the camp, right?
Yeah.
So the teams that were going out would have been Carlos, Rosie, and Ruben, and then Francisco, Shuilan, and now Abigail's on your team right now. Oh, do we not have?
No, Abigail was
I
behind
thought
for a
we had
little
more
bit because
survivors than that.
No, Abigail was with us.
no, Abigail.
Abigail was just
Yeah,
with
but
us.
she's with you now. So actually, let's say that Sophia went out with the other team to make sure it was still 3, and it was just
Okay,
Kang and
that's fine.
Charlemagne hanging back. So,
I feel like Kang is
do
Charlemagne's
this.
second-hand man anyway.
I'm gonna make them all
Yeah, well, you
invisible
don't-
right now.
Yeah, you don't
And
want the
I'm
guy
gonna
who can
line
fix
them
stuff
up.
die.
Oh, he's made them all invisible, then he's gonna bring them all back and go, right, who's missing? Oh.
Okay, now I have lined them up. Who wants to make the D6 roll to see who dies?
Not me.
Or who is presumed dead?
Not me. Not
Somebody
me.
needs to.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'm cold-blooded.
Dave's
Go ahead,
cold-blooded,
go
let
ahead,
him
go ahead,
do
Tim.
it.
Go ahead, Tim. Go
ahead,
ahead,
Tim.
Go ahead.
Numero 3.
Okay. So you notice as you're looking
He
around
is still there.
that Ruben is missing.
Oh. Oh no.
Well, that's not good.
All right. Doesn't mean he's
Oh.
dead. You guys could always go out and look for
He's
him.
presumed dead.
That's potential for more action, right?
That's gonna that's gonna ruin Craig's
presumed
plan
dead.
because Craig was wanting to go up back to that music shop. He was gonna convince Charlemagne to send a group go mob-handed, but now Charlemagne's gonna want to rescue Ruben.
Well, not necessarily. It depends.
If you got a
Okay,
good
so-
excuse, a good reason.
I mean, well, I'll have to think up what exactly happened. That's all. So we've got that team done. We still have the second team on the last day. So that's going to be whoever wants to make that roll is 3-0-5.
That's Max.
Your turn. Right.
All right.
It was me that killed somebody, wasn't it? Fuck. It would be, wouldn't it? And,
Oh, I did
it's
it
the same one again. Another one. An avalanche triggered collapse buries part of a ruined building.
Oh,
And another scavenger is presumed dead. So 1 perishable food and 2 tech level 1 scrap. And 1 more presumed dead.
You're looking in the wrong places, obviously.
Oh no. Oh no.
okay.
Oh no.
So, whoever wants to
I roll a
make
D5
the roll.
or a D6?
No,
and,
it's-
ignore the 6.
No, it's just a D6 because one team already lost the person. It's the other team that's gonna lose him now. So
It's another 2.
all right, that means
Sphere's back.
that
Oh, lost the other new
Jilan,
one.
the woman that you saved from the cannibals, is
Ah.
missing and presumed dead.
Now I'm gonna have to look up her name to spell it, because
And that all happened today, actually, which is handy because that doesn't change your food totals.
How do you spell her name? It's like it's an X, isn't it?
I'm sorry, this is a rather heavy-handed way of solving the food problem.
It is. That's
No,
two
we're
less
probably
mouths
gonna
to
look
feed.
for her. I'm like,
Two less
So
mouths
it's
to feed.
XUI. It's XUILAN.
So thank you. I need it for my notes.
So
Yep.
I've arrived back just in time to lead a search party.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
now what's interesting is let's take a look at where are you at for your sheet?
we've got loads of food now.
I
Added a new
tons of
project.
food. Decent amount of scrap.
Added a new project, Brian.
Lots of stuff to break down. Dog armor. I mean, that's just gonna take one day for somebody who's gonna sit
Yeah.
down and do it.
Sick.
One worker. That's 4 armor. I'm assuming like leathers or something, right?
Well, unless we can, you want it to take longer, we can make some metal if if somebody's got the skill.
Well, make a decision right now: metal or leather.
How about
Somebody.
we meet halfway and we do leather, but put some metal plates in the bigger bits, like with a couple, like a body, like a Kevlar vest. It's like a vest and then there's plates stuffed into it. Like make one of them, a leather one of them with some metal plates in it. So it's a combination.
So I'm gonna retract. I wonder whether or not Fallout would even accept wearing like a heavier metal.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's a bit
I think
fantasy.
we're just gonna go with leathers.
I think metal armor's a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
fantasy. I think we're going a wee bit into Fallout territory.
Leathers,
there.
I think, makes sense.
Leather, aye.
So we're gonna call that TL. We're gonna call that TL0. So it needs 4 TL0 scrap, which you have enough of to do.
Can I offload my food and scrap?
Yeah, I will.
please?
too.
Anybody who would like to do so, sure, you certainly can. Obviously, the group over the evening meal, which I will subtract. Go ahead and put all the food you have left back in.
Yep.
But we are now down to not counting Tim, because Tim can still take care of himself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which I assume you're going to want to take from your perishable first. So that brings you down to 50. So you have everybody over dinner is talking about the loss of Jilan and Ruben. And I think I'll prepare something about that for our next session. So you guys can then make a decision about what you want to do, where that's involved.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I need to prepare because I didn't think you would return to base today. I need to think about preparing the dead drop note that you would have received from the group. Actually, no, that one's easy enough. So it's only been like a week since you talked to Sandra.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say that Carlos was on the group that first went to the dead drop on that first day while you were gone and came back. And he informs you of the returning party, because he would have already told everybody else that there was no message there from Sandra or the people in the hospital, but that you all did. Oh wait, no, there was a message. That's right, I made one. My mistake. Got ahead of myself. So here is the message that Carlos brought back. Everybody see that?
Yeah, the old hand moves pawns to the thrown frisbee to have a look-see. push towards the waste continues. The doctor's office may be abandoned soon for warmer pastures. Right, so I can decode some of that. Push towards the waste is push towards the equator. The doctor's office may be abandoned soon for warmer pastures means they're thinking about now abandoning the hotel. So it looks like they're moving forward. They're scouting north and thinking about actually moving north now. The old hand moves pawns to the thrown frisbee.
Is probably the flying saucer.
Oh yeah, so the old man, the boss of the red hand, moves pawns. So he sent scouts to look at the flying saucer to have a look see, and then they're pushing towards the north. The equator continues, and they may consider leaving the hospital for warmer pastures. I think that pretty much is the code, right?
Well,
Sounds like a good translation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Now, the question I think that I never had answers was, did you guys leave a message for her, or were you just going to check it?
So Craig definitely puts in...
Yeah, we sent a message, and in that message, I know we were going to warn about the carnivorous cows.
Oh, that's right, the cattle. Right, okay.
And Craig leaves a dozen bits of paper that are quite roughly folded and unfolded and folded again. And on these dozen sheets of paper are different songs he's written, different poems and songs. And he's just thinking you think he's got hundreds of them. He's got nothing better to do. He's got a pen and a notebook and he's just writing songs all day. So he sends them some songs that he's wrote in the drop.
Okay.
Might not be a good idea, Craig. I mean, if they spend time trying to figure out what you're trying to say...
No, he draws little musical notes on the paper so people know it's a song. Plus it rhymes in that.
How do they know it's a song?
Because he draws little musical notes next to it. And it's got like little notations like...
They think it's code.
And no, it's got little notations like chorus and stuff. It's quite obviously a song. Anybody with half a brain can see it's a song.
Tim is looking very dubious.
You're too paranoid. You're too paranoid. I'm just having a bit of fun.
Before you guys left, no, I'm loving this. So before you guys left, you go up to Carlos, who assumingly has already had a message that has been agreed upon by everyone. But Craig goes up to Carlos and is like, "Hey, can you include these? Is that what you're telling me?"
Exactly.
Just okay, fair enough.
It's a pile of notes.
That's
like
fine.
A dozen of them.
It doesn't mean that Craig did or Carlos did, but Craig definitely gave them to Carlos, who went off. Cool. So you've got your message. We're back. We've taken care of eating for tonight.
We've got shades.
We have a new project that we want to handle tomorrow. Do you guys want to spend some days resting here, or? So also, I should tell you this now. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, we need to bring Charlemagne and the rest of them up to speed on what we've seen. So we need to report back on the scouting mission.
And then Craig's going to petition Charlemagne for a...
keep my words about Craig and the music shop, but recommend that before Charlemagne sends out a team to the music shop, that he gets Craig to practice for a while on his mouth organ. Because if we're going downstairs,
we want to play some music to the guy.
Things sound like they appreciate music. So if Craig plays music as we go, it might mean that there isn't a hostile meeting.
And on that conversation, when that conversation comes up, Craig is going to appeal to Charlemagne to send an expedition. He's going to Tim's making the appeal for Craig, and as per the deal that they made, but Craig's going to back it up, and he's going to start saying that there's someone there, Charlemagne, and they're trapped, and they're still a human. They were playing music, but I can tell they've changed, and they're in pain, and we need to help them. They're in pain. We must help them. And he's going to appeal to his good nature.
Charlemagne,
with all of that.
if they are kind of subsurface dwellers, you know, we've met some of those. I refer the honourable gentleman to the chuds that we mentioned about the subway.
Right.
It could be another chud, could be a changed man, whatever. But I did promise to say to speak to you about Craig going back. But I do recommend that you ask him to spend a couple of weeks practicing on the mouth organ first, to make sure that he's able to play it properly. You know, music soothes the savage breast, whatever. Yes.
Craig takes great offence. He's like, I'm a professional musician before this bullshit, you know.
Yes, but mouth organ, not your standard instrument. You're very much kind of pro guitar, I understood.
I'm a poet. I when I touch an instrument, music just happens just by magic. I'm a musician. I'm more a musician than a person.
Yes, but you don't play a mouth organ with touch. You kind of blow into it.
Yes, with touch of the lips, the kiss. With a kiss, and he starts waxing lyrical.
No.
And,
You breathe.
Yes, but
a guitar you touch.
Yes, and what is the kiss of life but a breath?
Yes.
And he starts waxing
a mouth
lyrical.
organ, you play by breathing.
Yes, but you breathe. You breathe. Breath. What is life if not breath? Breath is the maker of life. When I breathe life into this mouth organ, it becomes music, and that music is life. This is the most sacred thing, and he's spilling a load of pish. He's a
sotto voce to Charlemagne. Look, if we take a couple of weeks, he might calm down. But I suggest you get him to practice on the mouth organ for a couple of weeks first.
So, I mean, you know, Oliver, you have control over how Charlemagne would respond to that, even though he's an NPC. He is your character. I'm kind of the lead.
Well, I'm in control of Craig just now, so I think you as the GM should decide how Charlemagne reacts to that. But you know Charlemagne's personality through how I've played him. How do you think my character Charlemagne would react to that?
So, honestly, I think Charlemagne, at this point, Charlemagne would be more concerned about sending out parties to look for the missing.
Yes, absolutely.
Unless somebody can convince him otherwise that they are dead. They are presumed dead. No one has seen a dead body. No equipment or bodies have been recovered. I think Charlemagne would be more interested in rescuing Shulan and Ruben.
1,000%. But Craig's gonna be the bad guy now, because he's gonna think, I don't fucking know them, and be like, they're dead, Charlemagne. There's no way if you got trapped under an avalanche out there in your own, and with no one around you, you're dead. You're dead. You know that you're just risking manpower and risking our lives for a lost cause if you go after them.
So you're making your plea to Charlemagne about
this?
Rescue
you, Craig, if such a thing were to happen to you?
I mean,
well, hang on. First of all, let me ask you this question. Is Craig having this conversation with Charlemagne in front of other people, or is he going to try and do this as an aside?
He's going to try and charm him privately. Now,
okay.
I've got a focus, but I don't know if it actually applies. Let me just read it again. Specialist, perform. No, it's not. It's not what I thought it was. Yeah, I don't think I've got an edge either that does it. Nah. Non-combat skill. I can re-roll non-combat skills, so I could re-roll a persuasion check.
So you can use Spark of Brilliance. Gain any skill as a bonus skill. Pick 3 skills relevant to your well, that you already got when you picked it. Pick 3 skills relevant to... Yep, you already did all that too. Where's the important point? Once per day, as an instant action, treat one of these skills as level 4 for the rest of the scene. This insight doesn't last long enough to undertake prolonged efforts such as gear construction or mod maintenance, but it's time enough for surgery or repair, or talking to someone to convince them that you're right. Talk is one of the skills.
I've got talk at +0, so would that make it a +4?
So that would mean when you make the talk roll, you're going to add 4 as a bonus to it. Yeah.
I'm going to try and convince the old man. to go to the music
Okay.
shop. To fuck them, they're dead. We're going for the guitars.
But you're gonna try and catch them privately, right?
Yes.
Because you don't want other people to interfere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at Dave's face.
So go ahead and make that talk roll for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Come on. Oh no, I've just clicked the thing. I didn't click the roll. Come on. I forgot to add +4, but that's a 10 without the +4. That's a 14.
Yeah, so Charlemagne listens to you. And, he hangs his head and is, by the end of your discussion with him, is kind of nodding his head. And in the morning, he speaks to everyone and he says, it's with a heavy heart. He is sure that all of you have to accept that 2 of your number, so small already to begin with, have fallen to misadventure. And although their loss is felt, obviously it is better for them to have passed to nature and to misfortune than to someone's blade, or worse, as food for someone else's, as you have all seen in this awful afterworld. And yeah, he basically, not openly to everyone, but he's made it clear that if you want to go to the music shop, you certainly can.
Yeah.
You have convinced him.
Yes.
You've convinced him that those 2 are dead. As soon as you start talking about the music shop, I'm going to start talking about that vet place, because
I think you'll find we're in
Fallout
private.
is part of... No, this is in public. He's talking. If you now start talking about the music shop,
it is now.
Yeah. If you start talking about the music shop, I am talking about the vet place, because Fallout is currently showing symptoms of something. Yes?
Right.
Oh, that reminds me from last night. You, Tim, Craig, and Fallout need to make saves
Oh,
from
great
last
stuff.
night as well.
Great stuff.
Physical saves. Or just save if somebody wants to roll for Fallout.
Bang on for me. I'll get Fallout.
Craig is a success.
Nice.
Tim is a success.
Oh, no.
Fallout's a failure.
No. I need to stop rolling for him.
So, everyone notices today that Fallout is... He's not in a good way.
No.
He is spending most of his time around the fire. Again, that kind of wetness in his breath, and his breathing, if you look at his side as he tries to breathe, because he's spending most of his time lying down, it's very ragged. Like the expansion and contraction of his chest looks very erratic, as if he's having difficulty.
Any chance of me using my knowledge of animals to figure out what might be the problem with him?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Could I help him? Assist in any way?
You can, yeah. You would make the
Okay,
roll
what was
first
it?
before he does.
I did a note in it.
Is that going to be a heal check?
Medicine, or
Or-
heal. Yeah, it would be heal for you, unless your no is better. With
My no
regards
is a
to
0.
biology. So yeah, I'd roll heal.
My no is +1. I don't know what your heal is. Am I better?
My heal's a
off?
+1.
We'll still have Tim be the primary, but let's have Jacob make a heal check just to assist. If you're both
Okay.
concerned and looking over Fallout.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I
so
only rolled a 5 anyway, so even with a +1, I don't think I'd figure
yeah,
it
it's
out.
not gonna
Well,
be
can I make
helpful.
could I do a separate roll to check on the dog myself, or?
No, because the intention was you were gonna help, and then Tim was gonna be the primary. So you can't do it again.
Okay.
You can't double. You can't just
Yeah.
keep rolling until somebody succeeds. But I get it. However, what I will tell you, because it's very obvious to both of you, Fallout is sick. You don't know what with. You know he's having trouble breathing. He looks lethargic. Is it something he could recover from at this point? You think probably yes. But he could use some help. Some kind of medicine, some kind of assistance. His
Well, we
life is
found a
not
vet place.
in danger today, but if his condition is left unchecked and he doesn't improve, then it could be.
I would say that, you know, might make a trip to that vet.
That fucking dog has ruined Craig's plan.
I'm saying that dog has done more than what he did.
Oh
So
yeah, you're right. I've wrote a note in his bio, by the way, in his equipment and notes. He's got a wee note now.
Okay, well, if we're not going to be searching for the 2 missing people, then I would like to lead a group to the vet's place to look for something to help Fallout.
Okay. Well, I think that's probably what we'll plan on for next session then. Before we get into that, I want to talk about a couple of other things and then hand out experience and see where we are then. Brian, if you're watching at some point, I'm sorry you don't get any experience for today because you weren't here, even though Abigail was present.
Unlucky.
But with regards to other things,
Add one of your
I don't
characters
know
died.
if you've noticed. Well, presumed dead. Presumed dead.
Yeah, presumed
We don't
dead and
know
we're
he's
not going
actually
looking
dead.
for them. Oops.
Well,
yeah,
yes,
that's...
They're going to be a bit teed off if they turn up and find
When they
out
come
that we've
walking
just
back and
abandoned
we
them.
didn't go search for them. Feel bad. Now.
Right. But, so, where was I going to go? Oh, yeah, so I don't know if you noticed as we were doing scavenging rolls, but because I didn't want to tell you the whole system before we used it so that you didn't, you know, you can't really game it because it is largely random, but I wanted you to, you had some plans and they didn't seem terrible, so I wanted to go with it.
Okay.
So when you guys left last time, you told the encampment you wanted to send groups out scavenging, 2 groups every day until you got back. That's what you told them. So that's what they did. What you didn't realize at the time, and what I'm going to be honest with you about now, is when you make a scavenging roll, the party size is obvious. That's how many people. The injuries, I think you've figured out, is that injuries apply a penalty to following rolls. Consecutive days does as well. So the longer the consecutive days out scavenging are, the more penalties you're going to apply to the roll on a 1-for-1 basis. To where the lowest roll, that avalanche roll, that's like rolling a 1 on the table.
We got it twice.
And you had so many penalties on the last 2 rolls, that's why it showed up twice, right?
Yeah.
And that's why you were getting worse results overall,
So
is
going
because
out-
you kept getting these penalties dragging you down.
Basically, going out for 6 days
So-
uninterrupted is a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. It's not the end of the world, obviously, because you only lost 2 characters, and
It's
you
for
still got
Ruben and
some lives.
But presumably
Maybe.
that only applies to scavenging in the same hex, correct? In other
Well,
words,
in
you're
the same
exhausting
general,
resources.
in the same general area. Well, it's not only exhausting the resources; it's about the drive and the overall general health of the people that are going out scavenging. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's a combination of the resources, the overall health of the people. I mean, I know the injuries covers that, but if somebody's doing the same thing every day over and over again, it's going to drag on them, especially in kind of a post-apocalyptic setting. So in future, you might want to space that out a little bit, or just send out one, say, you know, if you're going to be gone for that long, you might want to say, okay, 1 party of 3 go out for 3 days, and then then don't go out again, and then another party of 3 go out for 3 days.
I think
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the longer they're out, I think thematically, I see it as the longer they're out, the more sloppy they get, and they start cutting corners, and they're not as careful and stuff, and that's how these things happen.
And they're not looking as close, right?
Yeah,
they're
they
not.
get sloppy.
Yeah.
And their concentration's
So
off.
something to
There's
think
snow
about
blindness
as
and...
we move into the next little
Yeah.
bits. That being said, I will, as long as one of your characters remains behind, I will let you change your plan in the future, because I think now everybody has a sense of it. So, like, if you guys were out and Charlemagne would probably tell everybody, "Hey, no scavenging today. Let's just stay at home." Then we might have everybody stay at home, or so on and so forth. So something like that. But anyway, you're doing pretty good. You got a decent amount of food for now. 9 people, unfortunately, but a decent amount of food. And you have some tasks ahead of you. We're going to go to the veterinarian's place to hopefully get some meds for Fallout, I think is the goal.
Yep.
Well, yes.
Probably secondary goal, maybe search for one of the people if we're in that area. Like if they were scouting that area.
Well,
so I
will
I will figure out where those losses occurred, and I will put them on the map, and I'll let you make your own decisions where that is concerned. Because obviously the other party members would have known where that happened. Let's see. So Fallout. Add.
Here's the thing. Once Craig realizes that he's convinced Charlemagne not to go look for those 2 people, but he's not getting his way and they're not going to the music shop, instead they're going to the vets, he's going to now think, I've just killed those 2 people to save a dog, not for guitars, for a dog. And he's going to have second thoughts, and he's going to then, maybe, and it'll be in next session probably, he's going to then change his mind, have a change of heart, and we're probably going to have to roleplay all that.
Oh, okay. So are you thinking about not playing him next session then?
I'll let you know. I might play Charlemagne next session. It might be more interesting to do it that way. I'll let you know, but I'll have a think in between which one I'm going to play, because they're both very involved now.
Yeah, no worries.
It's an interesting choice for me.
That won't really change what I have to prep, so yeah, that's fine.
It's going to be an interesting
so
choice.
We got that. Also, like I was saying to Max at one point, if you want somebody to work on dog armor, it's going to have to be a crafter, so probably Kang. And then if you want somebody to break stuff down, that's probably going to be Kang too, until you get some more crafters in there. But you guys have a decent amount of food, a decent amount of scrap, a lot of stuff you could break down if you wanted to for more scrap. So you're looking like you're in a pretty good spot, despite having lost a couple of people and having a sickly dog.
The dog's got
So yeah, I can't think of anything else to really add to my notes for right now. So let's do experience. Everybody gets a point for attending and playing.
Okay.
Everybody gets a point for defeating a
monster,
dangerous enemy.
Yep.
And everybody gets a point for scouting a hex. And that's it for today.
+3.
And I leveled up. Yep. Yay!
I think I'm about to as well, mate.
And so have I.
1, 2, 3. Yes, I have leveled up. Level 4.
Okay, level 4 I think is one of the boring levels, if I recall correctly. Sadly to say.
I wasn't bored.
Is that you just went up to 5, Tim?
Yep.
Nice, very nice. That's me, you got Charlemagne and Craig up to 4.
Alright, so obviously if you have new skill points, you can spend those.
Was it 3 you get every level?
Point. No, so it varies. It is... To go to 0 is 1 point, go to 1 is 2,
you get 3 points to spend.
To go to 3 is 4. Oh yeah, you get 3, unless you're educated, you get 3 points to spend.
Okay.
Which should already be in there under your skills.
So if I'm putting my perform
yeah, so Jacob has 4.
So putting it to +2 costs how many?
Going to +2 from 1 is 3 skill points.
Okay, I'm going to spend... Alright. I'm going to spend No, I'm going to put it on shoot. So going from 0 to 1 is 2 points.
Correct.
So that's 2 points spent, so I've got 1 left.
Okay.
Don't forget, you can always improve your attributes as well, although those are limited, and I'll have to track if you do. Let's see.
You can't put
level
untrained up from
4.
-1 to 0, can you?
No, you can't change untrained.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be left
Untrained
with
is just what you roll if you don't have a skill at 0.
Yeah, I'm gonna be left with a point left over, but that's fine. Okay, anything else at level 4?
All
Focus
right.
or edge?
No focus.
Okay.
And no edge.
Okay, that's my level up
So yeah,
done.
that's it for level 4. Well, no,
level.
you got to roll hit points.
Oh yeah. Would I roll 4d6?
Yeah, 46.
Correct.
Yeah, there's no con bonus, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4d6, and I want to get better than 14, don't I? Oh, look at that roll.
Nice.
20 of a possible
20.
24.
Nice. Okay.
So how do I update my total hit points again?
Nice.
So you should be at 20.
Where do you update the total hit points?
So your total hit points is on the left-hand side under attributes derived stats,
Oh yes, so it is.
HP,
Put that up to 20.
and then your current hit points, since you're at max, you just want to improve that to your max now of 20.
Sick.
All right. What level is Jacob?
He just turned level 3. I spent all my skill points. I just got to do whatever else I need to do.
And Tim is level 5, so Tim is actually going to get a focus.
Is it a focus
Ooh.
And your last
an edge?
and your last edge. Yep, that's your last edge.
And I think we said last time when we looked at it that Apex Predator and Prodigy would be.
Yep. Prodigy and what?
Apex Predator.
Apex Predator.
No,
That's
Prodigy.
for Foci. I think that's
what?
Oh, in which skill are you going to put Prodigy on?
Yeah,
which stat?
which attribute?
the attribute.
Probably intelligence. Sorry, hang on a second. No, it's what is survival based on? Because it would be in that.
Wisdom, isn't it?
So if wisdom, then it would be wisdom.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. So, go to character stuff. Edges. Oh, okay. You already put Prodigy there. And I am going to modify that to say Prodigy Wisdom. And then you're going to improve your Wisdom to 18 with a +3 bonus.
Nice.
Which is nice.
I think I've got Prodigy for Charisma for Craig. Yeah, it's Prodigy for Charisma.
And Apex Predator, you have extensive experience in hunting or handling dangerous wild animals, which is perfect for Tim.
Okay, so
Okay.
Apex Predator, you gain Survive and Shoot as bonus skills. So that means you get 2 bonus skill points, which I have given you.
Okay.
And let's see, once per scene, on turn action, force any hostile beast in combat with the party to make a morale check. Add half your level, round up to any damage or shock done. Wow, 2 sub-sapient species. Neat. So we'll just...
Can I take survive to rank 1 or not?
So I've added skill points to you. You still have, it looks like you have 5 skill points to spend. So taking Survive's already at rank 2, so that's...
No, it's at level 2. Can I take it to rank 1 specialist? Or
Oh, no. So that's only done through another focus. You can do that with the... What's the name of that focus? It's one of them. Specialist, yeah. So you have to take the specialist focus.
Right.
That's the only way to improve the specialism rank of a skill. But you do still have 5 more skill points you can spend now, because you have the 3 that you gain plus the 2 bonus ones you just got from getting Apex Predator.
Nice. 5 points to spend. Is that our first level 5 character?
I mean, how's your... Yeah. How well is your
What's that?
stab? Because you got the axe, man. I was just saying this, that how well is his stab? If you can increase that better, maybe it'll help him out, or I don't know.
Well, the thing to keep in mind is that the bonus to the skill for the type of weapon you're using beyond +0 doesn't actually affect combat. It's more for knowing about things with regard to that. Now the exception
Okay.
the exception to that is shoot. So if you have shoot 1 instead of shoot 0, which Tim is currently at, if he goes up to shoot 1, you can actually reload and fire a bow or a crossbow in the same action rather than having to use a move action to reload it. And then the other exception to that is punch, because when you're fighting in unarmed combat, you do actually gain your punch ranks to your damage.
Makes sense.
Just when
cool.
using unarmed.
Makes sense. The better you are at punching, the more damage your punches are going to do.
Yeah.
And that's not just strength, it's skill in punching will make them do more damage, so that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm better with a knife anyway.
Correct. Knives do more damage in general.
So what's involved in boosting a physical stat? Or an attribute, rather?
You just did with Prodigy.
So
No, using
if
skill points.
yeah, but Prodigy is a special case.
Oh, you can
with
do
the
it with
skill
skill points.
points.
Yeah, you can do it with skill points.
You can. So according to my notes, Tim has already done it once.
Yep.
With I don't remember what stat. So the second time you want to do it is going to cost you 2 skill points. The third time will cost you 3, and so on.
So does it only cost me 1 skill point to put one of my attributes up then? Because I've got 1 skill point left.
If you have not done it yet, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to
Okay.
put up my... Now my charisma's at an 18, I can't go higher, can it?
No.
I think I'm going to put my...
You actually can't go higher. When you're increasing attributes that way, you actually can't go higher than 16.
Right. Which one's going to make a difference? 14 going up to 15? Will that add a bonus to anything? Will that increase the bonus?
No.
No. And what
No.
about go 8 to 9? Does 8 to 9 make any difference? Because I was looking at my strength.
No, it doesn't.
No,
The
okay.
break points are 14.
Yep. 14 for +1.
6. No, it's 14 and 16, I think.
14 and 16, right, okay. But I could potentially put up 1 and do another one later. So
You could, yeah.
I'm going to put my...
Plus, keep in mind, there's other things that your stats are based on, right?
Yeah.
So, like, increasing your strength is going to increase your carry capacity.
Yep.
Increasing your wisdom is going to increase the amount of stress you can sustain.
I'm going to spend it on my strength, because my strength is my lowest stat. I'm going to put my strength up from 8 to 9, so I can carry a little bit more, because I was struggling to carry a bunch of stuff there. Okay, that's my last skill point spent.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus
Right.
1 strength.
Can I spend 2 skill points to put my constitution up on, please?
You can.
And can I spend 3 skill points to put sneak up 2?
You can also do that. Yes. That leaves you with 1 skill point.
Does it? If I spend
Yeah,
2
mate.
to
Spent
put
2
my
and he
do that
spent
for you.
3. Here's 5. That's it spent, I think.
Should be, yeah. Because it's 3 to
Oh,
take
right.
my
It's 2.
sneak
Yeah,
from 1
you're
to
right.
2.
You're right. Yep, it's 2 and... Yeah, that was 5. My mistake. I was just counting it as your first attribute up, but it wasn't. It's your second. Yeah.
And should my wisdom, should that be a 3 rather than a 0?
It should. And then from Tim, we also need to roll your hit points. Now with your new Constitution bonus, you're going to be rolling 5d6 plus 5.
Okay.
And you want to try and beat 20.
Hoping for a good roll for you here.
Ooh.
Looks like you did. 25.
Very nice, Dave. Very nice.
Not as high as Abigail.
Hey, you're
but
catching up to her.
respectable.
Yeah,
It's
you're
not as high as
catching up.
Abigail,
So
but
you're
it's
catching
nice.
up.
Okay, so you've spent your 5 points.
Yep.
And I need to mark down that you've done another attribute increase. So that's 2. Okay. All right. I don't think I've seen hit points for Jacob. Have I?
No. I was waiting for you to go through all the stuff I do for level 3, like if I got an extra edge or foci or anything.
Oh, you haven't picked that yet. So level 3 for you. Yeah, edges. Yeah. 2. So there's 1 there. So you do get a new edge,
Okay.
but not a focus.
Okay, that's fine with me. I'm actually going to get Prodigy and increase my my dexterity to an 18.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay.
I did that just more for his good survivability.
That's fine.
I'm gonna close off our video then. If there's any more, we can do it after the session. I don't want to have too much.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else. So, thanks for playing, everybody.
Sweet. Well, did you win
Alright,
on
there you
that? Is that an increase?
Yep.
Thank
Yep,
you.
that's from an 8 to a
Nice.
16. Yeah, that's a big
Oh, nice. That's
increase.
very nice. Very nice. Excellent. Right. Okay, that'll
Oh,
do.
I
We've
was
got our
gonna
hit
for
points
you.
and everything. Everybody's seen that, so we'll wrap up. Yes, Brian, thank you very much for the game, and Dave and Max, thanks for playing.
Of course.
And this is one of my top favourites, as I was saying earlier. I really always look forward to this one, and it's always a great time. So thanks, all 3 of you, for another fantastic session. And as always, thanks to our wonderful viewers on YouTube for watching. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We're enjoying playing. Thank you very much. I am RxOliver.
Oh, yeah.
This is Dave, Max, and Brian. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.